episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Hirsch Firsch of Fairy, Justin Stormstrider of Sargatanis, and Alex Stryker of Quirrell. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/limitbreakradio.
Yo, what up, cat girls and lesser races? Do you want to be fly like all the white guys? Are you too hip to be fair? Are your minds ready to be melted with a crossfire of lit AFM 100? Yeah, boy, you already know what it is. It's your boy Midget Spinner. Motherfucker, Midget Spinner is the fuckingest, awesome, sauciest shit to hit this fucking continent, bitch. What this shit is a midget spinner? Shit, you fucking dweeb garlanoid bitch. It's the fucking best thing since doing fucking grinding on your wheelboard, bro. Take 3 shit-ass Lalafell. Take 3 metal prongs, 1 magical arcanum. Shove that shit together and lock a shaka boom. Midget fucking spinner, bitch. Order yours today or you're a piece of shit. Midget spinners are brought to you by the Hokage Warrior of Spin Daddy, Lord Chancellor, Lady, Waiting, Godfather Knight, Juxtaposition of the Magician Juxta family.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break. With your hosts, Nero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode 120. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate having you along. Twitch.tv/LimitBreakRadio is where you can find the show starting at 4 p.m. If you haven't yet, hit that follow button. Make sure you join us each and every Sunday. We start at 1 with Final Encounter Cast. 4 p.m. marks Limit Break Radio. And then following Limit Break Radio, we've got the most recent episode of Checkpoint Radio. So if you can't wait until Tuesday when that hits our website over at checkpointradio.com, then you can check that out just following Limit Break Radio. That should take you all the way up until about 9 o'clock when Game of Thrones and or Twin Peaks comes on, depending what your preference is.
If you're really into it, you'll watch both at the same time.
I may do that. Actually,
really?
No, I'm not gonna do that. That seems like a terrible idea.
And an insult to Game of Thrones.
Oh.
I mean, Twin Peaks takes a lot of effort to like really understand, and I don't want to miss much on Game of Thrones. So
You have to make sure you're really, really focused. Just take a bunch of Adderall.
Not just that. Here's the thing: is that I've got to also put out Final Encounter
You
Cast.
slut.
I've got to put out Final Encounter Cast tonight as well. So I've actually got to do Final Encounter Cast before I can watch either Twin Peaks or Game of Thrones. So anyway, thanks guys for joining us. We are live from Eorzea, but we are not in studio this week.
Are we live from Eorzea?
We are live from Eorzea.
We are not
Are you
live from
sure?
Eorzea, you piece of shit.
I'm not sure that is Eorzea.
We are live from Offord.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. Technicality.
Geographied.
Anyway, we are broadcasting live. Of course, you can join us in this stupid city. Why did you have to choose this one?
Kugani. Actually,
Kugan.
I didn't really choose. I mean, I kind of chose. I'm like,
No.
I guess we'll go to Kugan.
Yeah, you definitely chose Kugan.
And then Kahlo just chose the place. I'm like, oh,
I'm glad we've got Piggy McSquee, the
Yes.
slam dancing pig.
how the fuck did an asshole find us?
I mean, we're not hard to find.
We're, like, he can look in the free company and see what city we're in.
Yeah, Right.
Why is he in our free company?
He's a pretty good slam
Because he's
dancer.
the slam dancing pig.
Yeah.
I
Not to
mean-
mention, whenever I do play and I'm like, hey, does anybody want to help me? Piggy McSquee's the first one to throw his snout up.
You know, here's the thing. Is I detect a hint of jealousy here.
Yeah, that's right. You know what it is? It's because Juxta wants the conch shell, but you know what? You can't have the conch shell.
That's right. It's for Piggy.
What?
God, you uncultured peasant.
Oh, you didn't call him an uncultured swine, you asshole.
Because that would be an insult to Piggy.
You fucking letdown. Anyway.
Lepton. What did I jump on? I'm not a dragoon.
God damn it. Anyway, thanks for joining us. If you
You
want to
got punished.
If you want to hang out with us around the Aetheryte in Kugan.
Cuckan.
That was a Skuro joke. You can't
Why
make that
would
on
you
the air.
attribute it to Skuro? Give
Because-
it at least to this idiot.
Well, he's the one who said it in the chat room. I don't know why
So?
you would repeat it.
Nobody would know that.
It's a dumb joke anyway.
I like Cuckan.
Anyway,
It's no worse than macaque.
If you want to join us, feel free to hang out around the Aetheryte. That's where we are. Join the slam dancing pig. See if you can
Outslam him.
you? And where's Ascalia?
See if you can outslam
Where
him.
is Ascalia?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't look to be there.
Why aren't you here?
What?
I slept through my alarm this morning. That's why I was 15 minutes late getting here. You guys wouldn't know that because you guys were 20 minutes late.
That's
getting
because
here.
we had to stop and put fucking Pokemon in his stupid gym so he doesn't passive aggressively throw shade at us.
Yeah, and what do you put in there?
I put
Dumb
in
shit.
something
You put in
good.
dumb shit.
No, my slow bro's
We
good.
put in the pink bros of
You're the one.
Harmony.
You're the one that fucked it up.
God damn it, I hate you.
No, the Aniro and idiot with Golem fucked it up. It was supposed to be a pink gym. There's Alakazam, Golem, Slowbro, and Igglybuff.
Why would it be a pink gym? Why? Well, you just arbitrarily made that up and not
you
even
heard it
telling
here,
anyone.
folks. Aniro hates breast cancer awareness.
I do. I think Susan G. Komen is fucking awful. Breast cancer awareness, but you know what raising awareness for a cause, you know what raising money for awareness for a cause does? That's like throwing money at someone at the side of the road who's yelling about a problem.
The Ice Bucket Challenge helped for whatever that was for. They got a breakthrough.
ICP, no.
MLS? Is that what it was?
MCLS?
I don't know.
Not
Anyway.
ALS.
Is that what it was?
ALS.
Sure,
Oh, all right,
wasn't
cool.
it?
Anyway.
I don't know, whatever.
And I say that as my mom being a breast cancer survivor. So yeah, not a fan of Susan G. Komen for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to bother boring anyone with. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Appreciate having you along. LimitBreakRadio.com if you want to subscribe to the podcast. Again, last week we had mentioned that if you really want to help out what we're doing with Checkpoint Radio. Take a minute and go follow and like Check PT Radio on Facebook and Twitter. There's a second reason why you should do that. We have a pretty epic giveaway. We've got 10 pairs of last chance passes to San Diego Comic-Con. So if you want to go but you weren't able to get passes, you should go and like and subscribe. Check PT Radio on Facebook and Twitter. I'm not going to give any of the details of what you have to do for the contest. But
You have to win.
If you're liked, if you're liked and followed, you're at least kind of ahead of the game in terms of that. Like you'll be the first to be able to figure out what you got to do to be able to win those passes. So again, huge shout out to Kooky who wrangled that one. It's exciting to be able to give those away. It's exciting to be able to have something so cool to be able to give away to our listeners. And we had mentioned it on Final Encountercast. We also want to mention it on Limit Break Radio because we want you guys to have the opportunities to be able to win. So go follow, like, do the whole thing. Check PT Radio. Also, this week's Checkpoint Radio is a really fun episode that's coming up on the stream following Limit Break Radio. But another cool announcement for those that follow or that are subscribed to the LBR Podcast Network, you guys have seen a serious uptick in the amount of content that's making its way to that feed. Now, so here's our schedule, right? Like, so we'll start with today, Sunday. Of course, we've got our live broadcast of Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast, right? So then on Monday, that's when Final Encountercast is scheduled to come out. Tuesday, Limit Break Radio is, that's when the podcast comes out at limitbreakradio.com, as well as the Checkpoint On Demand episode for the previous week. That becomes available over at checkpointradio.com. Wednesday's a little bit of a dead zone at the moment. Thursday, you guys will see the esports gaming update that was recorded on that week's Checkpoint Radio. That's updated through the LBR podcast feed as well as the Checkpoint Radio podcast feed. Friday, you'll see the gaming news update. And then on Saturday is when you'll start seeing the Checkpoint Radio podcast. So we have been able to earmark content for nearly every single day, 7 days a week, for Limit Break Radio as a production house, which I am very proud of. Now, Wednesday, admittedly, is the dead day at the moment. And that's going to change here pretty shortly in the next couple of weeks, because that's the day that we record Checkpoint Radio. Now that we're able to shift the recording and not have to do it so late and into the evening, we're going to be broadcasting segments of that show, at least initially, over Twitch and Facebook Live, and we're going to expand to other live platforms as well. That's going to enable us to interact with you guys a little bit easier, as well as take your calls. Every once in a while, we like to take calls on Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast, and this is going to give us the ability to do that on Checkpoint Radio, and through a medium that is not, the radio. Like we're doing this through Twitch as an opportunity to reach out to our core audience, which is gamers and Twitch streamers and folks like that. So we're going to be maintaining a presence on Twitch. Of course, we're also going to be streaming gameplay and stuff like that. You can go follow that right now. That's Checkpoint Radio on Twitch, twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. Go ahead and give that a follow, but that's going to start rolling out in the next couple of weeks. One of the first things that we got to do, first, I got to fix my power. Like that, I've got an electrician coming this week. It's been such a problem this week that it's irritating, and it's making me anxious. I feel like I'm not able to play FF14.
We did Checkpoint in the dark.
We did. Literally in the dark. No computers on whatsoever. Usually we at least have one computer on, but we turned off all electronics except for what we needed to do to run the show.
The video game news was literally read by like camera flashlight.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that when you go back and listen to the episode, you can't fucking tell.
No.
Like, there's no way that you could, by listening to it on its face, tell that was, done sort of stripped down version. And that's when one of the things that I love about our show is that, like, we have an amazing ability to be able to adapt. Sort of like when we went out to E3 2017, and based on our experience doing fan fests and things like that, I knew that we could adapt to a variety of environments. And again, I think that's why our coverage really stood out at E3 and with fan fest and stuff like that. So
we're fucking audio chameleons.
Well, we just it's how you think of it. Like, if you go out there with, like, one microphone and 4 people to record, like, that's what I've seen other podcasts do. And they've just got their laptop, and it's like, it's kind of lazy, to be honest with you. Our approach is that, we want to take the studio on the road as much as we can, and we approach it much more like a radio remote does. So anyway, again, and this is all a big way to say, like, this is what your support has enabled us to do. We've grown from, initially when we were doing the show for Final Fantasy XI, we were doing the show when we could. It was sometimes 2 months, to like a month, 2 months between episodes. And you would get 6 hour, 7 hour long episodes. But at the same time, like, there was a huge amount of downtime between shows because all of our schedules had to line up. There was such a variety of shit that would always get in the way. And when we brought it back for 14, we knew that we still had limited time to be able to dedicate to doing the show, and so we broke it up in the best way that we knew how. And with your support, we've been able to grow that into now weekly and almost daily content for you guys to be able to consume. Now, again, I do admit that some of that content is overlapping. For example, esports gaming update and the gaming news update. If you listen to Checkpoint Radio, you would have already heard those. But for there are so many places that don't have the show yet, so many cities that don't have the show yet, that we want to make sure that it is as widely available to as many people as possible. So check that out at checkpointradio.com. Another exciting announcement around Checkpoint Radio: we are now officially in Salt Lake City, St. Louis, and I think we announced Philadelphia, Tampa, and Orlando last week, but those are the Melbourne, Florida. Mm-hmm. But those are our latest affiliate acquisitions. So if you live in any of those cities, make sure to check for Checkpoint Radio. You can find more details on the listings over at checkpointradio.com. Okay, sorry, that was a lot of stuff, like a lot of internal house that we had to clear. One more note.
Well, that was a huge waste of time.
It really wasn't.
It was good, and we saw a lovely show last night that we should probably talk about.
That was dumb.
Yeah, we're working our way there. Okay. Don't worry. Also, one more thing that I wanted to mention is that I will be out of town next week, out at San Diego Comic-Con.
Nice.
So if you are one of the people that wins tickets, make sure that you set up through Twitter, something or Facebook. But let's set up a small little meet and greet if you happen to win passes. Or if you just happen to be out there, let's definitely shake hands, say hi. So yeah, I'll be out at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be watching our Twitter if anyone else wants to take the opportunity to meet us. While Escalia and Kahlo will be out at the Pokemon Go Festival in Chicago.
Wait, that only leaves Juxta and Nika here.
That leaves Juxta and Nika. Nika, by the way, not here for this. She was here for Final Encountercast, but she decided that she doesn't love Limit Break Radio audience, the Limit Break Radio audience enough to stick around. So she told us personally, fuck you. To all of you Limit Break Radio listeners, that she hates you, and that next week she's going to spend 3 hours abusing you.
Wow.
So. Yeah,
I think people would probably pay good money to be abused by Nika for 3 hours. We could probably bill that.
No, let's not even go there.
She could do her best Yatsuyu impression.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we told her,
she'd probably cosplay it in everything.
If we told her to do Yatsuyu, we might actually get a mean side out of her if we gave her a character to base it off of.
So long as it's not Zombie Moon Burrito.
Anything but Zombie Moon Burrito.
Wait, hold on.
What?
So all three of you guys aren't going to be around for...
We will be completely out of state, away from you, thank God.
That's right.
But on Saturday, the day before.
PokeFest is on Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah, we're going to be gone, dude.
I'll be going on Thursday.
Yeah.
There's a little bit something more important than just PokeFest on Saturday.
No, there's not. We're talking about, dude, what could be Stardust?
What could be more important than San Diego Comic-Con? I mean, there's very little.
My baby shower.
Wait, what?
Why would you put that on Saturday?
You're having a baby shower?
Why would you think that we would want to go to something like this?
So you guys give me shit.
Well, we'll give you shit.
Do you not give
I can
shit here?
I can give you plenty of
physical shit.
You want presents?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
by the way,
not presents, but for my baby.
By the way, here's the thing: is I think we should probably maybe clue the Limit Break Radio listeners in, because I don't think you've talked about this.
Publicly type deal?
Yeah,
no.
Some people I don't think you have.
Might have heard or read here and there, but
close people. But no,
this is not a joke.
No.
I'm having an actual baby shower.
Oh my God.
For my child.
Oh God.
The first of the LBR cast to have a kid is that.
This isn't like a Nika thing where we make fun of her. Nika doesn't actually have children. Spoilers.
It's because no one could actually fuck her. Let's be honest.
Wow.
Wow.
I am the one to actually have a spawn of myself before anybody else.
Oh my God.
A little baby girl.
You know what? I think he just wanted an excuse to not have to stream on a regular basis.
No,
he's like, my child is acting up.
This is an important distinction. Juxta's not having the child. It's not being like grown anywhere. He actually put a baby inside of a female.
Oh yeah, I'm not personally. Well,
there's another person involved in that.
Yeah, see, that's the scary part. You're responsible for a child.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the blame is like twofold, like because this person needs to be blamed as well,
right? Because they let him, do it. She did let you, right?
I mean, in role play or out of role play?
Okay. Jesus Christ.
We don't need to.
You know what? The important thing here is that none of us are coming to your baby shower.
No.
Why?
It's not
not going to be there.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be in Chicago.
Yeah, we're doing something cooler.
I'm not
better, more fun.
You know what? To be fair,
it would mean a lot to me if you guys would actually be there, because I don't actually have friends.
Maybe I could like Skype in or something.
You have family coming, right? They love.
To be fair, Juxta. Even if I was here and not doing anything, my schedule was completely free for that day.
And you're already in Flint. Let's make that clear, because we know you're not going to come up to Flint for any reason.
That's true too. I mean, I value my life, so I'll stay here in Detroit.
In Detroit, yeah, that's a great. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how much I value my life versus Flint.
Right. This place is number 3 on the murder list as opposed to number 1.
That's right.
At that point, is it really that much of a distinction?
Not really, but it is in his mind.
I mean, when you compare population sizes, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Well, okay.
Oh my God, Moxath, you're right. A Nero is now granddaddy.
Oh my God! Don't even start. Anyway, yeah, no, I even if it took no effort at all for me to be there, I definitely still wouldn't go, nor would I buy you anything.
I'm going to echo his sentiment that if I had nothing going on, I'd make up an excuse. My grandma actually asked me, she goes, what are you getting Juxta for his baby shower? And I'm like, nothing? And she's like, you have to buy him something. I'm like, no, I don't.
Have to.
No, I don't.
Oh, I know what I would buy you. Plan B.
I think it's a little late for that.
Yeah, it might be.
Are you serving food at this thing?
You could just you could throw it at the baby.
Restaurant.
Okay, well, I might go then.
Is that a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't like Mexican?
No,
it's not like Taco Bell. It's legitimate, authentic Mexican restaurant made by Mexicans
in Flint.
Have you? When was the last time you went to a baby shower?
I've never been to one.
Don't men usually they don't have to go to the baby showers usually?
Generally not. No, I had a girlfriend that dragged me to one, and that was the only one.
Were
I
you the only guy?
Did you break up
No,
with her
I wasn't the only guy.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I did break up with her not too long after that.
Oh, good.
That is strange. Like, I don't think I've ever been invited to a baby shower.
I'd never go to a baby shower.
Okay, well, it's my baby shower, so you guys have to come.
No, we have fucking plans.
There's no way that's happening.
Okay, fine. We'll just have a baby shower on the air on LBR.
That's fine.
Not 2 weeks from now, but the week after.
Yeah, Nika can plan it. It's fine.
If Nika plans it, we'll do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so not this week, obviously, not next week.
3 weeks from now.
But
no.
Nero's not here.
No, Nero's not here 2 weeks from now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
2 weeks in a row, I'm going to be gone.
Yeah, so 3 weeks.
Oh, good. The week I'm not here.
What? How are you not going to be here?
I'm going to be at a wedding instead of your baby shower.
What the fuck?
I'll be here for FEC. If we have it on FEC, I can do it. I'll be here for FEC.
Just don't go to the wedding.
I'm in the party.
I've got.
People get married all the time. People don't have babies all the time.
Yes, they do.
Your marriage is probably going to fail anyway. It doesn't matter.
Your baby's probably going to fail anyway.
Wow.
You know the sad part.
Joke?
The sad part is that that's probably right. No, I mean like he's.
No, that was a kindergarten joke.
Yeah, there we go. He's gonna fail
no, I
out of
definitely
school.
took that as your baby's gonna die joke. Wow.
That's way darker.
That's way darker than I expected of you, Ascalia.
That is way darker. But I mean,
expect that out of Daddy. Okay,
Granddaddy.
I'm fine
Grandpa.
with that. Yeah,
Grandpa,
Grandpappy.
Oh my God! I don't even know what an appropriate gift for a baby shower is.
I was thinking about getting him I don't know, like a suit or something. Because let's be fair, if you're gonna
suit.
Listen to logic. If you're gonna raise a family, you can't be a delivery driver forever. Okay?
Why?
And that suit's gonna come on a hanger that for future births.
Oh my God!
You can nip it in the bud.
Okay, that's way worse than what I said.
I mean, I feel like Yeah, like I don't have any good gifts to be able to.
How about a copy of Final Fantasy XIV? That's a game for babies.
Ooh.
That's some shade.
Ooh, yeah. Call in if you have something to tell Escalia. You can give the show a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype 310-515-8715. LimitBreakRadio.com/Discord.
I'm not sure I've ever seen the chat get mad at me over something I've said
Apparently,
before.
Kooky and Pelly made something for Juxta?
Yeah, because they love me, unlike the people I spend 800 days with on a year.
Excuse me. This morning, that means today, less than 5 hours ago, you straight up told me friendships are made on hate.
Yeah, your friendship.
So then why do you expect anything from us?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why you would.
So I think Nika's got her work cut out for her trying to plan a baby
Please,
shower.
you think Nika's gonna do shit?
I think
She has to.
I think you guys should just do it next week since I'm not going to be here anyway.
Ditto.
Yeah.
No.
Then it's just Nika and Juxta.
Exactly.
That's the worst baby shower ever. I don't want to have a baby shower with a chick.
You could rope some other people into it, I'm sure.
That is probably going to be the only person that is going to be excited about a baby shower. Is Nika.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's really excited about her baby shower. I don't know about Juxta's.
but I'm a good person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a person.
Yeah. I don't know about the whole good part.
I mean, there's
in
a
what
good
way?
amount of you.
I think he's good at heart.
You know what? No, fuck a Nero. I don't want him at my baby shower. Let's do it 2 weeks from now when he's gone.
I don't want to be there either, though.
You have to be, and you'll probably buy me something out of pity or something.
Yeah, I
so,
probably will.
So fine.
All right, so 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks
we'll
from
do
now.
It. Okay. I think it's weird to not have the grandfather there.
Right. Pop needs to be there.
He can Skype in.
Is-
He's not doing anything important out there.
Are weight loss supplements for babies a thing?
Hey! I'll have you know that out of like all babies right now in the term, 50% is normal. She's actually 19%.
For child support. The father could use all the help he can get.
Oh, thank you. I like money.
That's $5.
$5. It's not very much, but I mean, it's a good start. Thank
Now,
you.
you trying to say your child is in the 19th percentile or the 69th percentile?
No,
in weight?
19th. So beyond all odds,
Your child's thin.
yeah.
Your child's really skinny.
Yeah.
You sure it's yours?
Yeah.
You know that's not going to last long once it's out, right? Like,
I mean, well,
you're the one that's feeding it.
Yeah,
You don't even know how to
exactly.
feed yourself properly.
Just shove the food in it. It's easy. What are you fucking talking about, moron? No, it's I can. I choose how
when
much
it comes.
goes
You know when it
in.
comes. You know when it comes out of the vagina, right? Like it doesn't have teeth, right? Like you have to
Blend up the Big Mac.
That's right.
It gets formula out of a bottle. Jeez. God,
Well, that's more than I
I've
thought
fed
you'd know.
babies before. Have any of you assholes fed a baby?
I refuse
I've never
to touch
touched a
them.
baby. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, see, okay, LBR Twitch chat, this is how, like, fucking immature this room is that I have to deal with on a daily basis. My immaturity, spoiler alert, is acting. These guys are like that in real life. I'm great.
I would
Matthew
actually
Farrell wants to
say
know who the Godfather
that
is.
we're all responsible in the fact that we don't want to have anything to do with babies.
That's right.
Therefore, we don't touch them.
Yeah, we know it won't go well if we
Yeah.
touch babies, so
Yeah.
we're being
Yeah.
very
That's
mature.
that's
You're
actually
going to turn into a cautionary tale.
Yeah, it's
Juxta.
yeah, exactly. So responsible decision to say I know my genes are shit, and no kid should have to be saddled with me as a father. Like, can you imagine that? Like you know, they come home with F's on their report card, and I'm just like, get good, kid. You know, like I couldn't fucking like I don't care. I don't care about kids at all.
Oh, daddy.
They're terrible. They're a waste of time.
There's a great line from the Penny Arcade that came out today where it's like, yeah, my kid said if he didn't get dessert, he'd die. And I told him to go out on the curb where the trash man can pick him up.
Yeah, so this will be interesting to watch. You have to navigate parenthood.
I'm sure it'll be easy. How hard
Said
can it be?
every prospective father ever.
Okay, if people who are dumber than I and poorer than I can do it,
Who's that?
huh?
Who's that exactly?
The people I
Most
the
of
people
Flint.
I deliver pizza to.
Ah, okay. Just checking.
Just yeah, gotta be clear.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I guess
Baby shower in 2 weeks. Make sure you give me presents.
That's the thing.
don't get him anything.
No.
Please don't.
Why?
Because you don't deserve
They need
anything.
pacifiers and like
You haven't
the
done.
little
You haven't
bibs
done
that catch
anything
food.
yet. You haven't.
We're
You
gonna
have
need,
not.
like, 2 of those.
You have not done anything yet.
What do you mean done anything?
Keep it alive for 6 months.
I've done it like multiple times. I'll have you. That's how we got into the situation. That's how babies work, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, make sure that it doesn't die for a year, and then call me.
I think the presents are there to help ensure it doesn't die for a year. We keep saying it.
No,
it's a she. We know it's a she,
it's
right?
a girl.
Okay,
Yeah, whatever.
she doesn't
Did
die.
I want to assume it's gender?
I don't give a shit. Yeah, that's the thing. You haven't met it yet. You don't know what its
See,
gender
look,
is.
see, Nero's actually being very, very, I think, nice, saying at a year he'll start talking to it. Like, I don't want to have to do anything to it.
No. I'm not going to talk to it. I said talk to me in a year if
then
it's
you'll buy
not dead
presents.
yet.
Oh, okay. See, I want to wait until it gets to the point where it's old enough to like fall downstairs and not die, because that's just funny at that point.
See that, dude? I've got cousins who are like, you know, like maybe 11 and 12. They're still like, they're right before the age where they've learned to go, fuck you, dad. And I know that I have no place in those kids' lives until they're at the point where they're like, fuck you, dad.
Then you can be the weird uncle.
So my sister got married like 2 weeks ago, and I had to go to that thing, and I saw them there, and I'm still like, yeah, you've got another like 3 or 4 years before you even get to that point. It may be 16, 17 before they get to that point, if they ever do. It's kind of creepy. Anyway, I don't get along with kids, and I'm definitely
Can't imagine why.
not going to get along with yours. I already know it.
What are you gonna do if she's a big Escalia fan?
Yeah, what happens if she's an Escasual?
Though that hasn't even been a thing since like this year.
Yeah, it hasn't been a thing in a while. To be
I'm
fair.
just
What if
saying.
she wants to watch Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Well, then
What are you
obviously
going to do?
slap her.
What do you?
How do you think I'm going to parent? Discipline is key to raising a well-disciplined child, as is a good backhand.
You know what?
And I've had practice.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to get you something. I'm going to get you a set of anime discs for her to watch growing up.
Can it be Neon Genesis Evangelion? Because I think that's what you need to show a child. Every kid needs to see that. From like the youngest age possible.
Don't get weeb shit. I'm just going to throw it away anyway.
Oh, what? Like your anime wall scrolls? You fucking liar. You don't throw anything away. Yeah.
Hoarder.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
got you there. All right, let's check out what's going on in FF14 News.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
Abrupt transitions.
So you may have heard that some PS4 users are having to download random 20-gigabyte patches since Stormblood's launch. Well, apparently this was a bug that occurred if the PlayStation was improperly shut down, such as with a power outage. Sony has since issued a patch to fix the problem, so make sure that you update your console. Awesome.
Fun.
Yeah.
The reason that we're broadcasting from Kagan today is because I finally got Stormblood on my PS4. I've not had this problem. Surprisingly, with all of my power problems, I have not run into this.
That's remarkable.
I know, right? Like, it's kind of impressive.
Have you ever actually lost power here, Nero?
Like,
few times
to the
he
building?
has.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what started this current, like, weird flickering issue. It was the whole power went out, and then when it came back, it was spotty.
Yeah, it probably did screw up like your fuses in your box.
Yeah,
and
one of your
stuff.
breakers
That's lame.
fried or something like that.
Well, yeah, it very well may be. I hope that it is only like 1 or 2 breakers that have to be replaced and not the whole fucking box, because I think that's going to be pretty expensive.
So before Stormblood's launch, we here at Limit Break Radio were, let's say, a little critical of Square Enix's marketing campaign for the expansion. Over at the FF14 Instagram, a German ad was shared, and honestly, it's probably just as bad as all the ones we saw in North America, but it's also a little damn weird. One is a picture of a Mandy, and it says, more than just a vegetable, more than just a game. Other ads translate to, so much more than just a wicked piece of meat, this is more than just a wicked piece of game. Or, not every potion is smashing, but in Eorzea they are. And my personal favorite, not every potion makes you a hero. Potions in Eorzea keep their promise.
What?
I feel like that's some type of like underhanded, like, you know, comment on like the jump potions. They're not going to make you good, but, you know, they keep their promise.
They get you to level 50. That was the promise.
They get you to where you have
or
to
level
be.
60, yeah.
I'm so confused by all of the marketing.
German marketing's great.
Like, look at that. What the?
Well, yeah. Well, at least the FF14 Instagram acknowledges that they're fucking goofy.
Yeah.
Because the Instagram team, like, how depressing would your job have to be part of Final Fantasy XIV's Instagram team?
Really, to just be put on, like, social media anywhere. Like, if that's, like, the only thing that you do, yeah, I'd be really depressed.
That's my day job.
We're aware.
That's what I.
Really?
That's exactly what I do for a radio station.
Oh,
and I'm gonna. You know what? Spoilers. It is really depressing.
Fair enough.
Just so you know. I mean,
Not to the point where you've had to start eating beefaroni, though.
no.
Okay, you're good.
No.
That is-
I'm not.
He's not
I
off the
haven't.
deep
I haven't
end.
fallen that far.
Yeah. Lastly, and this one is for a Nero. Last
good.
week, we talked about and subsequently took the piss out of the small vocal section of the community who thinks that the game still isn't easy enough. They called for a nerf to the expansion's final fight. Fuck them, right? Well, Polygon did an article on their little conniption fit. You have any choice words for them, Mr. Nero?
What the fuck does Polygon have to do with it? Like, what dog do you have in the fight?
They're
Polygon?
reporting.
No, yeah,
Gaming journalism.
they're
Truth it is.
fucking reporting on a fucking Reddit thread, which is the worst excuse for
There's an
any kind of
official forum
journalism that you can pass off. This is such horseshit. And the thing is that a lot of people read Polygon because I don't know why. I think it's
brain dead.
It's fucking awful. Like that whole and I even hate this term, but that is a entire website just full of SJW bleeding heart. Fucking everything's got to be a fucking issue. Everything's got to be politicized. It's fucking annoying. And the fact that someone on their staff latched onto this issue and basically helped the whiny echo chamber around this issue get a whole lot fucking stronger is goddamn annoying as shit, because they did not offer any iota of worthwhile opinion or discussion in there. It was basically just reporting on that whiny fucking Reddit thread that we've already talked about. And you know what? Fuck yourself, Polygon. Like, why insert yourself on this level? Like, this is easily just as stupid as like CNN reporting on tweets. Like, that's how you get Donald Trump in the White House, is when your lead story is about someone tweeting.
Okay,
like,
but what if it's the president tweeting?
No one would have given a shit about what that dumb motherfucker was tweeting if it wasn't for like news outlets openly reporting on what average citizens would put up on Twitter and putting out a fucking witch hunt. There was one, it was a college girl, semi-attractive college girl who put up some racist shit on Twitter, and there was like 7 different fucking news stories about it. And I'm like,
college girl is racist.
Who is
Surprise.
this? Who is this girl that like the fucking evening news feels like they need to out for saying some dumb shit on Twitter? Yeah, you say some dumb shit, people are gonna fucking pay attention and call you stupid, but it does not need the sounding board of news media to be able to validate that kind of shit. But no tweet on earth should be validated by news media coverage. Nothing is that fucking important that can be said in 140 characters that justifies even 4 seconds of news time. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And the thing is that's about as much reading as Polygon did going into this article. They did more copy and pasting than they did actually reading or figuring out what the fuck the issue was. I seriously am annoyed at fucking quote-unquote journalism like this. Like, you can't just summarize a fucking Reddit thread and call that a story. That's not a story. An Instagram post is not a story. A fucking tweet is not a story. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, why anyone puts up with this dumb bullshit is beyond me. And it really, it's just the fact that we consume this retarded level bullshit that's why it gets perpetuated. It's fucking annoying. And you know what, Polygon, you need to keep your fucking nose out of it. Unless, I guarantee you that this story was not written by someone who actually plays Final Fantasy XIV. I guarantee it right now. And if you can't even go to those lengths to find someone that actually knows the community or the game that they're writing about, don't write the story. Don't write it.
That was all very well put and very well said. There wasn't any stuttering. Did you practice that one in the mirror?
I didn't.
It was good.
Fucking
He doesn't need to practice because he's a social engineer. He knows all about Instagram and Reddit. And
social media manager.
You're a manager and I have an engineer? Oh.
Well, on that point, there are still heroes out there, as Real Geek Gaming wrote a counterpoint that honestly kind of sounds like we wrote it, but with much less autism. And last thing that I'd like to point out here, because, we can't really do the FF news nowadays without something from Reddit. I found this thread from Reddit called Convince Me to Play Your Job. And honestly, most of them were pretty fucking terrible. Like this guy who said, play Warrior. I'm sure they'll fix this up in 4.1. Or come over and play Blue. Oh, wait, shit. All right, that was a little funny. But the big one, and I found this kind of entertaining. So this comes from me_Leon, all right?
Michigan Leon.
All right, Michigan Leon. And this is how he's convincing us to play Red Mage. Hold the fucking phone. Is that a motherfucking Red Mage? That'd be correct, cookie tits. It sure is. Tired of limp dick dots and wiping in the middle of a cast because you need to stand in one spot for a speed buff? Well, look no further. If you like rapid casting faster than two rabbits fucking on meth and nigh insta-rezzing your brain dead striking dummy melee DPS friends, then hot damn! Red Mage is for you. This job has more flexibility than your gymnast crush in high school that you almost got to lay. Maybe you could have made it past first base if you were a fucking Red Mage. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this badass. He is the epitome of swagger. This motherfucker is so dapper, he could fuck your mother tomorrow night and you'd thank him for it. Probably fuck your father too, and that's okay. This job encompasses a perfect blend of magic and swordplay, in addition to being stylish as fuck. It's not just any swordplay. This motherfucker can fence. Hell yeah! Red Mages can get the drawers off any wench that so much as bats an eyelash in their direction, but fret not, it's what they want you to do. Ver flare, ver holy, ver fuck you! Red Mage is reserved for individuals of only the most exquisite of fucking taste. So if you're tired of being a useless peasant, go talk to the little wife in Ulda at X14Y11 on the steps of Thal. Become a dashing and debonair godless killing machine today.
Callow, that was a great read. That was the epitome of great reads.
That was.
I love the epitomes.
I really. When are they going to introduce epitomes into the tome grind? That's what I want to know.
I hope we get epitomes very soon.
I hope so too.
I bet epitomes would be the epitome of the gear grind.
Exactly.
I bet they will.
I think they will.
What I'd like to know is, why didn't you describe Red Mage to us like this the first time that we came on air, Juxta?
Yeah, exactly. This is goddamn convincing.
Yeah.
What did you call it? You called it, what is it, the
Bang Mage.
Bang Mage.
I think the name speaks for itself.
That was the least convincing.
You were the Walmart version of this guy's pitch.
Oh my
That's
God,
what you
right?
were.
This is the epitome of pitches, and you're the Walmart version.
But anyway, one of the reasons that I wanted to read this is, honestly, I thought this was hilarious, and,
it was the epitome of humor.
Yes. We'd like to hear from you guys. What I'd like you to do is email into us at host@limbrickradio.com and tell us, preferably as good as this guy does,
what your epitome is of your job that you'd like to play.
Why we should play your job. And we'll wait a few weeks, collect some of them, and we'll read off all the good ones, and let's be honest, the bad ones too.
All right. Well, let's go to our phone lines and talk to Artemisian of Midgar Summer. What's up, Art?
Hey.
What's up?
Just calling back in from last week. So the first thing I wanted to cover was the last week when I got disconnected was total BS. So
and totally not something that we did on our end.
Everybody in the chat that was totally going crazy about that is just retarded. So I wanted to talk about the Polygon article, which I thought was it was total trash. And last week when we were talking about content, I described myself as a baddie who couldn't complete the binding coil. And I beat Shinryu. So if I can beat Shinryu and people want it nerfed, they're just really, really bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that Shinryu fight was fun.
Yeah, like if you're failing to this fight, it's real. The problem is you.
Yeah. No, I mean, my group, I think we got in first attempt, got him down to like 40%, then 5%, then clear. It was 3 attempts and done. Mm-hmm. That was a fun fight. Why would anyone want that changed?
Well, because it's the same shit as Steps of Faith, dude. I mean, Steps of Faith was the same way. It was not that bad. I mean, I think I went 1 for 4. when I did Steps of Faith.
Steps of Faith was like one thing about Steps of Faith though is like you had to do like the interactions with like stuff on the field, and it wasn't exactly explained to you what you were doing.
Right,
but this is just a fight.
Yeah,
this is just a regular fight. Learn your mechanics and go.
I can't believe that there are people out there that are trying to claim that this fight is too fucking hard.
I mean, it's tougher than what you're used to in a story fight, but it's
the last. It's the last fucking fight of the expansion, right? Like that is appropriate.
Yeah, it's like people literally want to play by numbers. At this point, that's what they fucking want.
This shit is so fucking. This shit is so frustrating, and that's the thing is, in none of my rant did I actually. Address the actual complaint or give any validity to the fact that the fight is hard. Like it's fucking come on. Like I don't think I need to explain that this is a bullshit argument that's being woven by people who have been asking for shit to just be handed to them because I don't know, either their context goes as far as other Final Fantasy games, or I don't know what it is, because it feels like even the single-player Final Fantasy games do challenge your player base, and why would you play a game if you don't want to be challenged by it? If you want to just be able to steamroll every fight that you go into?
Well, they don't want to.
Yes, exactly. It's just insane because you talk about any other experience than an online game that doesn't necessarily have the ability to patch anything. You never hear about this when someone plays Zelda and goes after Ganon. You don't see them send a mail to the creators and go, "Ew, you should make Ganon easier." That doesn't happen.
Man, I really hope someone did, though. I really hope there's a sack of mail at Nintendo somewhere of people demanding the fight to be made easier.
I mean, I'm sure that it has happened, but the thing is like, and you bring up a good point. Like, games used to be a static experience that didn't have the ability to be updated or modified, and the game that you got when you bought it off the shelf was the game that was it. That was it. And so, I think that this idea that games not only can be changed, but they should be changed to meet the demands of the audience I think that's foolish. I really do. I think that is really harmful to your community and training your community and testing them and wanting them to get better.
Well, I'm thinking of the difficulty of that fight. I don't think it was like any harder than X-Death was in Omega Story. Like I thought X-Death was about the same difficulty.
They haven't got that far yet.
Oh,
they still haven't beat the MSQ. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
they're stuck on Royal Menagerie. They're like 1 for 18 or 0 for 18.
Oh well, that's a shame.
Artemisian, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. And if you want to give Limit Break Radio a call, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts and feelings? We're going to actually be talking about Live Letter 37 here coming up in a second. We'll take your responses to Live Letter 37. But if you have any overwhelming opinions about the Omega Raid that was released last week, or the difficulty of Royal Menagerie, give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
I hope it's just not people who are expecting it to be like the Singularity Reactor, which, like, that was a pretty fight to look at, but it was
was not difficult.
No, but you could fall asleep and still beat it.
That's
kind of how this fight is you actually have to pay attention and do stuff. The fight's still beautiful, but you have to pay attention. And it's like that's it. Like I'm not even saying like you have to maximize DPS or you have to be like crazy tanking or anything like that. You just pay attention to the mechanics and you will beat it.
There's no like insta wipes, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's things that can knock you off and take you out, but
you can even be rezzed again, so it's not even as hard mode.
Party wipes. There's no like, one person fucked up, everybody dies.
No, nothing like raiding. Right. Like there's like if you fail like the limit break DPS check or something like that.
So long as each individual person pays attention to what they are doing, even on a long enough timeline, you'll get
fine.
it. Yeah,
you should be fine.
Yeah, no, there's no reason that fight's not doable.
Don't die.
My group was one person who had completed it before and 7 newbies, and 3 of us had watched the video, and the rest of us had to learn it from scratch, and we won on our third try.
We've got Vasir from Tonberry waiting on the line. We'll get to them in just a second. But first, I want to talk about Joe. You and I went out to go see Susan Calloway perform last night at 20 Front Street out in Lake Orion. There were 4 Limit Break Radio fans that were there.
That is sporting their rump cocks, right?
2 of them were. Yep. And by the way, it was a pleasure to meet you guys. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you. Thank you guys for coming out, as well as supporting local music and Susan Calloway. And it was really cool meeting you guys.
Not the venue that I'm used to seeing Susan perform, and I'm used to it being like Distant Worlds with 1,000 people.
I know. This was
90 maybe tops.
Yeah, 90-seat venue out in Lake Orion. Very, very intimate. I know that there was some video that was being shot that I'm sure that you're going to be able to check out on YouTube through her YouTube channel eventually. But it was a great performance. I was sad. I missed probably about the first 4 songs.
You missed the first 4, yep.
Yeah, and I vastly misjudged my drive time. I'm usually like my frame of reference for getting out there was from leaving from my parents' house. This has been the first time I've driven all the way from Detroit.
Sure.
But anyway, it was great seeing Susan. It was great being able to see her perform. She's got, of course, new music coming out. You can find more information over at susancalloway.com. And she's currently in the process of booking tour dates. So
nice.
Make sure that you follow her on social media, as well as over on her website, susancalloway.com, for more information, as well as tour dates when they get posted.
So interesting not hearing a Final Fantasy XIV song.
Yeah.
We didn't hear one. And
No.
I kind of like that, actually. Like, she came over and said, she's like, I could probably do like answers at these, and it wouldn't matter that people aren't FF14 fans. It's a good song.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was nice hearing just 10 of her original songs, her own work.
Oh, she's a great songwriter. She's fantastic. And if you have the opportunity, I really do encourage everyone to go see Susan Calloway live. So, yeah, again, susancalloway.com for more information, existing music, as well as new music coming soon. All right, let's talk about producer live letter number 37. This, of course, went down yesterday, and they went through and answered a Q&A about 4.0, about Stormblood, and there's definitely some interesting responses in here. Who wants to pick this up?
I'll go ahead and start.
Good.
All right. So this first one, I've actually seen this pop up quite a bit now since obviously Stormblood hit. But so the question is: currently, some tanks stack strength on their accessories to increase their DPS. Are changes planned? Oh, I just fucked up. Are changes planned for tank accessories themselves? They said that we will be introducing adjustments in Tuesday's patch 4.05. We have received feedback from the tanks regarding continuing to equip them with level 270 accessories. This puts stress on the healers, and a lack of VIT may become an issue as we enter Savage. However, top players may be able to clear even under those conditions, so we worry that will become the norm. As a result, we have decided to add a minimum amount of strength to accessories. When level syncing, only tanks will have strength stacked up, but we'll overlook this for content up through patch 3.x. And the item level increase in coming patches, strength will not scale the same as VIT, so we would like you to keep that in mind. So basically, people bitching that we want better DPS, so we put strength accessories on, and then Square Enix is like, but that's gonna make
but
it
we don't
harder
want
for
you
the
to.
healer.
Yeah, we don't.
Want you to use gear that's one expansion old.
All right, so they were still using their old 270 strength accessories rather than move on. Okay.
Right. And I think that's kind of frustrating because, well, that's got to be frustrating from Square Enix's point of view too, because they have a very specific idea of the way that they want their battle system to be used, and you've got players that want obviously something else. I think that this is really emblematic of sort of the struggle that the dev team has overall when considering how to develop an MMO. I mean, and their decision is kind of emblematic of what they've always done, where they go, well, what do we want the most people to do? You know what I mean? There is no ability for the community to have any flexibility in any of these roles.
That's what I took out of it, and I mean, I get it. I get it from their viewpoint, right? The way that, especially in this expansion, you've said that they've really made things a lot more modular now, right?
Right.
But from a player's perspective, and when we talk about how players are able to do really creative things, not just in MMOs, but in any types of games, I think that's what this what makes me the saddest about this is this idea that they're just straight like, oh no.
It's
no,
so yeah.
You
It's
can't,
so,
don't use strength accessories.
It's so
you might put stress on the healers.
Everything is so tightly regimented.
Spoilers: there was no stress.
Everything
There's
is
stress
so,
on bad healers, and that's it.
Everything is so tightly regimented in this game that it really does start to become like irritating.
You know what? Back in the FF11 days, we had a term for when the players did this called cookie cutter design.
Yeah.
I think we need to bring that back for the dev team specifically.
But I mean, like that's every single job though.
Yeah.
That's every single job. And when you talk about the interchangeability of them, that's really kind of what you're talking about. Especially between classes, like different, different like types, role types, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's where you see it the most.
The next question is the tenacity attribute for tank affects the attack and healing potency and is very powerful. However, it feels like the effectiveness is somewhat held back. Could you please explain why it is set up this way? And they replied, since it is very useful, we have held back the effect a bit. If we made it stronger, players would end up only focusing on this attribute. I believe players will be able to feel the effect of tenacity once the savage mode of Omega launches next week. But that's like that's haste. They're terrified of haste happening.
A little bit.
Okay,
but again, like this is like giving your player base less of an ability to experiment or decide what is good, because the meta always shifts, right? Like as gameplay shifts and as stat weighting changes. Like I think either it's just bad or lazy game design if that's what one single stat will do. It's just like come on, like there seems to be like this very strict fear of like giving players something that they can't ever put the genie back into the bottle. You know what I mean?
I on this one, I get it a little bit because I do see what you're saying here. But at the same time, with a stat like this, if you go too far, like they said, that's all people are going to want. But then by holding it back, nobody uses it.
What do tanks want right now? Only crit and then determination to fill in the slot. That's all they want. So what's the difference now between having tanks only want tenacity?
Right. The way your game is designed, people are going to look for whatever is the optimum stat, and that's what they're going to stack.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be arguable? Like shouldn't there be enough variables between the different jobs and the way that they operate in conjunction with one another
in a perfect world
where there is no one necessarily perfect stat weighting, that there's in a well balanced and designed game with job synergy, you would have
Jesus Christ, chat. All right, fine, they don't want crit anymore, they want direct hit. That's the point. They only want one fucking stat.
But that's and Square Enix seems to be moving players from one stat to another.
Yeah,
like arbitrarily.
To what end?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go to our phone lines. We've got Vasir Salinas of Tonberry hanging on. What's up, Vasir?
Hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. Well, I want to talk about more endgame activities, more options for endgame activities.
You bet.
So right now, if you're a raider, you probably finished Lakshmi and Susano Extreme, and you're probably waiting for Savage to release in 2 days.
Yeah, that's probably a fair assumption. Yeah.
Yeah, but once you're done with that and you got your main class geared up and stuff, there's really nothing much to do, right? So I've been thinking before I played this game, because I started in Heavensward, but before that I was playing Destiny, right?
Okay.
And Destiny got a lot of shit for the bad story and stuff, but the rating was really good and the PvP was pretty good as well, especially. Well, there's this one mode in Destiny. It's called Trials of Osiris, right? And that PvP mode is basically your hardcore PvP mode, right? So in Trials of Osiris, it's basically your gear matters, right? So if you have better gear, you have an advantage over other players. But the thing is, in Trials of Osiris, to get the reward, you need 9 straight wins, right? And that in itself is pretty hard. But the more interesting part is if you have if you're on your 8th win streak, right, and you have no losses, there's a higher chance of you matching up with people with who have the same wins. Like so you're probably gonna get matched up together with another team of 8 people. Of 8
people who have 8 wins.
A team with exactly.
Okay.
So it's gonna have like more. It's more risky, and there's a lot at stake, right? And the gear that drops once you get all the 9 wins is pretty like some of it is even better than the gear that drops in the raids. So like I was wondering if you guys thought that could be like something that could be implemented in this game.
A system similar like that could work in FF14. So there's aspects. Like first of all, I know that Destiny did get a lot of flack, but there was a lot of stuff that the game did too that I thought was really, really cool. The idea that you have an event where gear matters more than in the overworld, that actually I kind of like. That there's different stat weightings in this other event. It would give a different incentive to get certain pieces of gear, right? Like you would have your overworld stats, and then under X event, you would have bonus. It would give you like bonus stats, right?
In skirmish, +6 attack.
Right, exactly, something like that. But it would make it so that the weapons and armor would be more usable in whatever this event would be. That concept I kind of like, because
it would give you horizontal progression.
It would give you horizontal progression. It would give you a little bit more meaningful gear choice when it came to your stat weighting and things like that. But would it work in FF14? I don't know. And the reason that I say that is because Diadem didn't work. Because on paper, Diadem looks kind of fun.
It should work in theory.
It should work in theory, right? And yes, there is the problem that the rewards, the gear that you actually got out of it, did not really fit into the puzzle of gear progression that we had, because it made more sense to just spend your time logging in, doing dungeon grinds, and getting tome gear than it did to do any diadem whatsoever and try to get any of that gear. It was it was a modest upgrade that was going to be thrown out the window in close to 4 months anyway.
See, and that's the problem that Square Enix has overall with whatever they decide to bring in. Is us as players, we're looking ahead to the next patch, right? How much effort does it take to get this gear, and is that going to outweigh the fact that I could just wait 2, 3, 4 months, get something brand new?
Yeah,
right?
that's part of it, is that that cycle is too quick. And if you have something that's meant to bridge a smaller gap, that your player base is way too cognizant of the fact that, oh well, in 4 months I'll just tome grind around it.
Something that I've always felt would have worked, I think, really well for Square Enix is what WoW does with their mythic dungeons, in the way that the stronger it is, as you do it more and more, it gets stronger and stronger, and you get better rewards. I thought something like that would fit so well into FF with the way that they like to recycle their content, make sure it keeps getting used, right? And if they could find a way to develop, into their little modular sort of design where they just have to tweak like some numbers to increase HP modifiers, defense, attack, and come up with like these super hard mode, like gauntlet versions of dungeons, that'd be really cool. And maybe the reward for that is it puts extra random gear on stats, but then what they run into is it's going to be this idea that, oh, well, now you have a piece of gear that maybe is a little bit stronger than what we're going to give you next patch, and we don't want to have to balance around that. We want a fresh slate every patch.
But that's, look, I think that becomes a problem depending on how many stats you're able to customize, right? Like, we have materia, and we have a whole, a whole range of stats that we can customize on our gear, but yet like we identified, there's really only a couple of stats that any one job is emphasizing in the way that they're customizing gear.
Right.
And I think that's why players have suggested, like stats that modify abilities, or stats that, like that throw more variables into the mix than just stats than
That would
just
be the
numbers.
Coolest change to like the battle/gear system this game has ever done, as far as I'm concerned. If they start doing that, it would be so much more interesting.
Yeah, because that's how you. I feel like that's how you balance it. Like, right, like you can either go pure stat weighting on your gear customization and throw all the crit or whatever stat you need at it, right? Or you balance that ability to just have the stat calculations with an ability to, a modified ability or something like that, right? Like you give it. You give it a cost benefit sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's not nearly enough of that in FF14. It's automatically, well, you want this stat and you want highest level, the highest eye level that you possibly can.
Because that's easier for Square Enix. Because again, the fear that they have is that, okay, this increases your trick attack damage. Well, that's going to outweigh how many patches worth of stuff, because that extra damage from trick attack is just worth more than whatever the stats are you're going to get.
Exactly. And without having that trade-off, or even just like having to push your community to figure out what that trade-off is, right? Like I think that's the thing that I get really frustrated in, because it does feel like Square Enix not wanting to do the work.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
could it potentially make the game unbalanced? Yeah, but no more so than any of the fucking battle updates that they did with Stormblood did.
Well, and you'd get another effect out of having your materia affect your abilities is you'll see rotations change. There won't be one set rotation for the best.
And that's interesting.
Hold on. Square Enix says, hold my beer, because later on in the Q&A, question 13, I believe, apparently for Ninja, the potency of a move, Gust Slash, is being reduced because players figured out a more optimal rotation than what Square Enix envisioned.
Stop this bullshit. Stop it. And you know what? This is FF11 had this right, where they saw their community adapt to something and they went, oh, okay, well,
that's a cool idea.
That, I never thought.
AV notwithstanding.
Hey, come on, man. Shadow tanking, that was never something that they intended at all.
Yeah, but 3-4 expansions on, when people would talk about ninjas as a tank, they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Ninja as a tank? What?
But they let it. But they
let it happen.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't go out of their way to go, listen, that was not our intention. Ninja needs to be a DPS. There's really only warrior and paladin that you can choose for tanks. But dude, serious. I'm fucking serious though. Can you imagine if FF11 took this? It's like a nanny state approach. It's like anytime we get out of line, Square Enix is like, nope, we gotta pound that nail down. What the fuck?
Oh my god! The more we talk now, I just keep going back to that whole cookie cutter idea. Square Enix is like, get back in there, get back in there.
It's not even a cookie cutter. It's just, here's our prepackaged cookies now.
Yeah, here's your cookies that you put on a sheet.
Well, okay, cookie cutter concept. What variation do we have within our jobs?
We don't.
None.
Exactly. So there is no cookie cutter. There's just the cookie. We can't cut it at all.
You're right. There's nothing I can't do anything and then say, I could say, you know what? I'm gonna change up my Dragoon rotation a little bit. I'm not gonna use Nostrang. Well, I can do that, but I mean,
I'm just gonna
be a way worse Dragoon.
Now your cookie is getting thrown in the trash.
Someone
I really want a cookie.
Someone needs to come up with a parody commercial of that old Nike ad from the 80s that has the runner come in and smash the 1984 style projection of the oppressive face. We need to do the same thing, except it's us smashing Square Enix's regimented ideas of the way that this game needs to operate.
Except then bring down the Berlin Wall.
Yes.
Except then we're suboptimal, so we're trash.
No, we're gonna follow in Futurama's footsteps. It's gonna be great.
That's right. Anyway, thanks for the call, Vasir. Appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. Whatever you want to talk about. The lines are open. We're kind of going through the live letter number 37 right now, but we're open to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Again, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I know that we've got a lot of people wanting to call in today.
Wow.
I think we hit on something kind of important in the last couple of shows. I'm anxious to hear from all of you. So again, Kookie is standing by to take your calls. She'll get you placed on hold and ready to call the studio. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
Well, it sounds like some good news for Warriors and Dark Knights. A question was asked. They said, currently Paladin feels like it excels both in offensive and defensive capabilities. Are there any plans for adjustments to the Warrior and Dark Knight?
Oh.
They said yes. They will be increasing both Warrior and Dark Knight damage. They said making the cast time for Paladin's Holy Spirit so short made it too powerful. So we will be making adjustments around that point.
Thanks.
Yeah. We'll also be removing the reduction in the oath gauge when switching oaths. The Warriors Shake It Off. Shake it off. Will be adjusted.
Shake it off.
Plans for adjustments are currently being talked over, and they'll be implemented sometime after 4.05. And they've removed the halving of the beast gauge when changing stances. Additionally, the potency during Storm's Path combo will be increased, and it says Dark Knight will see potency increases in their combo damage.
Oh, well, good for Warriors. I'm so proud of you, Warriors. You didn't have to do anything to get better, and they're just going to give it to you.
Yeah, okay, let's rewind the time back to, 3.5, where Paladins are nowhere to be seen in the rating scene.
Whoa.
Oh, but now
3.5, you say? I'm sorry, I remember the entirety of 3.0 from beginning to end, where Paladins were trashed here, my friend.
Yes.
It is only fair that Warriors get the shaft for the entirety of this expansion.
Hold on. Dark Knights have never gotten the shaft.
No, we've just been the shaft the entire time.
What?
No, like
the middle child.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we're Malcolm in the middle. Like no one really cares.
You get to go play in the playground. Paladins have to stand the fucking bus.
See, yeah, you're right. Like we get invited to the party, but we're not the belle of the ball. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Right? Like we definitely get to go, but we never get to be the star of the show.
So Paladins get to be the stupid nerdy dweeb that's Kyle over there, and he doesn't get to go to the freaking party at all.
Well, like let's at least give them a couple of patches to keep that place that they've got. I mean, fuck, Warrior was ruled the tank roost for an entire expansion.
I agree with you. What are we arguing about?
More than ruling the roost, right? I think the real insult here is you're right. Paladins just had to deal with it for a whole expansion. But before the first patch is even out, Square Enix is like, don't worry, we're going to fix it, Warriors.
Exactly. They're just placating all those whiny warriors. Man mode? Really? Man mode Warriors? Where's your man mode now? Where's your man mode now? I'd love to see it. I want you to bring it out.
It's because they're the alt-right.
No, I mean,
snowflake.
Just show me your penis. That's all I'm asking.
What?
Just show me.
Confirmed that Nero wants to see your penis.
Just show me your penis.
Okay, Daddy.
You can send dick pics to Aniro at limitbreakradio.com.
Right, but yeah.
No,
so
you don't send the dick pics. They do, not you.
He's already got a stash on his computer.
That's true. That's a fact.
Skylar, you want to take this next one?
Yeah. With role actions, each of the jobs are now able to take various roles. However, for healers, there are important role actions such as Protect and Asuna. So I'm having trouble deciding on what to set. Do you have plans to increase the amount of role actions that can be set? They replied, since players can select the actions, we have no plans to do this. However, during 4.0, we discussed on what to do with Protect. We discussed that in actuality, it doesn't matter if it's there or not, but we ultimately decided to leave it in. Please continue to leave
fuck you! Why the fuck? So if it doesn't fucking matter, why do you have it in the fucking game?
I don't know.
So that way fucking stupid-ass pubby tanks and stupid-ass pubby DPS can be like, oh, where's Protect? I'm not moving without Protect. Fuck you. I'm the fucking healer. I know my limits. I can keep your ass alive, you fucking moron. But no. Okay, fine. I'll take my roll action off, put Protect on, cast it once, put my other shit back on, take 5 fucking seconds at the start of the instance. For what? So you can have tiny bit of mitigation that you don't fucking need, you pieces of shit?
Another reason we're not going to the baby shower, hormones.
Jesus. Seriously.
Wow. Also, to the person who asked this question, the fact that you actually feel that way, like you're not sure what to set, that means that it's doing its job.
Yeah. No, it's
what? No,
with regard to Protect. That's stupid.
Oh, yeah, well, fuck that part. But
Okay.
But overall, the idea that you look at them and you're like, oh god, they're all good. That's good. You shouldn't be able to look and be like, oh, I only want these ones. Those other ones are trash.
Like
Otherwise,
3 or 4 are
it's
bad. Like real bad.
Oh, sure. But overall, if you can't like look and be like, that's the perfect setup, I don't want the other ones, then it's just an illusion of choice.
Did anyone else look at the roll actions thing and go, huh, there's a lot of my job abilities already on here?
Fuck you.
I think my favorite
Okay,
is...
Dragoon. Listen,
Yeah.
Dragoon, you don't have a place to speak when you're talking to a white mage over here, because all of my shit got taken and put on there.
Whoa! I
bunch
thought
of
you
mine
were a
did, too.
red mage.
You can be
Yeah.
more than one mage, idiots.
Fake red mage. Personally, I like that one. What's the name of the ability that when I attack, I get back like HP, 10% of it?
Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Bloodbath's a great one. I really enjoy that one, Kooky.
By the way, congratulations, Juxta. You earned the trigger GIF.
Yay, he says.
We haven't seen the trigger GIF in a while.
I know. I had to actually load it into OBS Studio. I
Well,
hadn't done that yet.
Up until now, I think that's only ever been used for Nika.
No.
No.
I've definitely
gotten it once.
maybe I think even Kahlo has gotten it once.
Really? What did I get triggered about on this show?
Yeah, what does he ever get passionate about on this show? He doesn't care.
I think we were making fun of him about Final Fantasy VII Remake
On
or something.
this show?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, it was explained that in patch 4.0, the focus was to reduce the large DPS disparity, but certain jobs feel more reliant on player
Certain
skill
job.
than others. Are certain jobs intended to maintain that
Certain
difference?
job.
This answer was infuriating.
One of the main concepts of FF14 is that when playing a job, you experience the uniqueness of that job.
Stop. No, you don't.
Due to
That is a
Is that-
bald-faced lie.
Is that right?
You feel the uniqueness of the job? None of these jobs are unique. There is no unique, especially in the DPS.
Can we
Red
let
Mage
them
aside? Red Mage definitely has gotten some.
Can we
I
let
admit
them
that.
finish their answer?
Yes, fine. Go ahead.
Due to this, there is a huge difference in difficulty between the jobs, and it is used to that higher difficulty meant for DPS. We will be scaling down this factor.
So it used to be that the harder jobs to play did more damage, and they're scaling that back. Great. Good. Here, now everyone who can play the easiest shit samurai can do the most damage, just like it was in 11. We're officially back. We got our wish, guys. 11 2.0 is here. Piss Easy DD is the strongest DD.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
well, is that? Was there any guess
And,
to that?
and
I
yet,
mean-
a few weeks ago, we're reading interviews where Yoshi is like, no, the main whole point of Sam was that it's very complicated, and if you're good at it, you can do more damage.
Oh, is it? Is it complicated? Because it doesn't look very complicated.
It's complicated if you've recently fallen off the side of like a turnip truck or
Yeah,
something.
it's like Ninja for retards, because they can't handle the mudra system, so they just have that on always.
Anyway, let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Akwald of the Omega server. What's up, Akwald?
Hey, how you fellas doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. What's up?
I hate my life.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me. I've been playing since 2.0, and it just seems like most of the gear, especially the raid stuff, is just rehashed.
It is.
It's just you.
That no, it's not. Shut up, Piscalia. No, it's absolutely.
Go jump off a bridge.
It's absolutely not just you, because that's I think the main part of the problem is that our expectations have been set around rating and around gear progression now for two expansions, and there has been no shakeup. There's been no difference. There's been no deviation. Nothing. Not an iota of difference. So it makes me feel way less motivated to start raiding again, because I'm like, well, there's really no point. At no point has raid gear ever served to move anything in this game forward except raiding.
Can I tell you guys something?
That's it.
I'm going to tell you guys something, and I'm going to say it because Nika's not here.
Can you not?
I don't want to raid. I really don't want to this patch.
That's a huge, big secret that absolutely nobody knows about.
I don't want to do it. I don't care. I just don't. Like, I'm happy to.
I don't blame you.
See some harder fights, but like, no. Why?
I mean,
it's good. Like, I went into Omega Normal, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Some of the mechanics are kind of fun. The area is kind of neat, but it's still the same thing. It's still more of what we've done through Binding Coil, Bahamut, and Alexander. It's go into an area, fight a boss, go into the next area, fight a boss.
More specifically, it's the same thing with less effort.
I don't even know if I would say it's less effort. I like it overall more than Alexander, but it's the same thing. It's just more of, like, in this time, it's even just like, here's this guy, he's made 4 different environments for you to go defeat his virtual reality constructs in. Like, boy, you're really taking a lot of the punch out of this.
Yeah. What's Akwald? What's your biggest complaint about the Omega raids so far?
It's just the same old, same old. I'm an ex-WoW raider, and
yeah, you must really be suffering then.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I just loved how WoW, you went to different areas even during an expansion, and now it's just I got to deal with 2 years of like the same shit over and over.
Yep, get settle in because it's not changing.
That I think is the most depressing thing about it, is that it really doesn't meaningfully add to the world in any way. It barely adds to the lore, really.
Oh God.
Whereas WoW raids have like their own not even
zone.
Gosh,
their own zone to go
just
to.
the difference between the two, they just pales in comparison, and I don't understand.
Omega is the DM and the Alpha group is the Dungeons and Dragons party going through his campaign. Kinda. That's kinda what's going on here. And it's just the DM trying to figure out how strong can I make these before they all do a total party wipe.
Well, if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
Hold on, the reason that's so apt is because any like DM, right? They never make up their own stories. They always borrow from something else and readapt it to fit what they want. Oh God.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I'm just so unimpressed. And like the thing is like, what is the only thing that Square Enix could do at this point to like change or shake up their rating scene at all? In my opinion, it's whatever. Like if they added another tier of rewards out of it, that's it. But if it's gonna be
that's not enough anymore.
I honestly doubt how well that would work at this point too.
You can put a new tier of rewards in it, but you're still going to get to the same point. It's still only going to be useful for raiding, and I'm still not going to want to do the raids. It doesn't matter anymore. Gear does not. They've done it. They've made gear not matter to me. Well done. That you have to change up how the raid functions. It has to be more than 4 rooms with 1 boss in each of them.
More than 4 trials.
4 trials, yeah.
Trials, yeah.
And that's the thing, is that it's varying degrees of going up against a large character model, like a large enemy model, between dungeons and the large scale raids like your Crystal Tower, and then it's really just varying degrees of difficulty and circle patterns on the ground.
Pretty much, yeah. And yeah, maybe learn a new mechanic every now and then, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
There needs to be something new and different about this, and there's just, I mean, again, I haven't seen Savage, but I can't imagine it's that different from normal. None of the others have been.
I mean, are we alone in this? Like, that's the thing, is like I feel like there's got to be enough people out there who are satisfied and happy, and
let's look.
2 people in my raid group do WoW raiding at the same time. And it's painful when I have to listen to what they get to do in their raids.
Yeah, WoW raids are amazing. But look, even just looking at our chat right now, Cold Ass Honky says, stop making it 4 fucking zones, make an interesting story. Logrim says, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Undone. Good one. Hero Mystic.
I feel like I had to donate to make Callow feel better about juxta-referencing 8-bit theater again.
Hero Mystic, there will never be another Binding Coil of Bahamut. Feels bad, man. Javabs, no, you're not alone.
Thanks, Melkythera. Appreciate it.
Glad to know we're not alone, at least.
Akwald, appreciate the call. First-time caller there. Thank you very much. We'd love to hear from you, especially, if you're a first-time caller to the show. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
I think the only way they can make raiding fun is if they just scrap the whole system.
How do we
make a zone?
How do we make raiding great again?
And just completely scrap the system.
Doesn't that sound?
Just burn it down.
But doesn't that sound kind of like
make it like Abyssia?
Doesn't that kind of sound like what Eureka might be?
No.
If Eureka is that, I'll be thrilled. But
we don't. When are we getting Eureka?
I don't think we
3-1?
know.
We don't
4-1.
I'm sorry, 4-1.
I don't know that we're even getting it 4-1. I don't know. We've heard literally nothing about it.
That has to be the 4-1 patch, right?
Fuck this. I'm not gonna put my hopes on Eureka.
Oh no, don't
do that. You'll be mad.
As far as I'm concerned, Eureka right now, as we're talking, is Diadem. That's as far as I'm concerned. Personally, they've taken. That's what Diadem is going to be. Like it's going to be this expansion's Diadem.
Well, that make it 4.15, but it was it was originally supposed to be 3-1. It was just delayed.
But could they? I mean, but that's really like sort of the only hope that anyone seems to be putting any
stock into.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's the only unknown we have, and that's the only thing we have to hope for is unknowns, because everything else is known.
But unknowns have never paid off for us.
No, they have, and that's the thing. Like,
it is known.
So, and that's the thing. Like, for so long, we've all said it. Our favorite aspect of this game is the story. Well, we're done with the story. We're not seeing more until 4.1. I mean, we're done with this run of Omega. We're not seeing more until 4.2.
I mean, part of it, and I think Fusro brings up a pretty good point. Is Omega gonna crush Eorzea? Because with all these nerfs, I'm seeing a realm reborn again. But like the thing is like I think they need to change the stakes of the fight. Like that's part of it. Like you can't feel like the entire world is in danger every single time you go into a raid. Like and I feel like Square Enix maybe has lost the idea that you don't need so much grandeur to everything that is going on.
It's okay for the plot to be like, hey, there's a guy in there who's an asshole.
Or just make it personal. Instead of it being like, oh, we're going after, they're destroying the world, have them kill one character everybody loves, and then suddenly we want to fucking murder you out of revenge.
The story's not going to make us interested in raiding.
You're right, because they have shitty
There's a story mode version of it. Yeah, that's true. Fair point.
Exactly. Thanks for the call, by the way, Akwald. Again, if you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I especially want to hear from anyone who disagrees, who thinks that the rating scene is actually really in a good place, that
never been better.
Hey, don't laugh.
There's probably someone out there.
No. Man,
no, he said.
Sorry.
There's people who think like, all right, I'm ready for the next round of raids. There's no one who's like actively like, are you kidding me? The raiding scene's great. No one thinks that.
Actually, I've seen people in the chat the past few weeks. Now, whether or not they think that rating is in a good spot, there are some people who do think that FF14's rating is leagues and above WoW.
Yeah, that is that is true.
I think it's people who hate WoW.
Well, and I think people who hate us too. I mean,
that too.
There are people who just want to go, well, you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either, but you don't know.
Listen, we use a lot of hyperbole, and we go take things to their extremes on the show. So a lot of times when people argue against it, they take it to the extremes the other way to try to balance it out.
Fine,
but if you're honest with yourself,
call the show then.
If you're honest with yourself, you don't think that. You don't think the rating in this game is great. Are you fucking kidding me? The rating in this game is mediocre at best. And I'm coming from fucking Tor, the old Republic, where rating was garbage for a long time. I guess it's okay now, but it still sucks. I don't know.
Hey, Joe never plays that game.
And he'd probably tell you it's garbage. You know what? There's actually a lot of similarities. That game was really great for the storyline, not much else.
No.
Interesting.
But I mean, again, like I see enough people taking issue with the notion that we call the developers lazy, or that we call the game design or the repetition thereof uninspired. And the thing is like, okay, if you take issue with that shit, let us know why. And fine if you want to do it through the chat room and have a 1 in 50 chance of us actually sitting and reading your goddamn wall of text. Then maybe go ahead and do that. But if you really want to have a conversation and discussion about it, give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. All right, let's go back to live letter.
I'm going to take this next question here.
Oh, good.
When comparing Dragoon to other DPS jobs, for the amount of difficulty there is to play them, their DPS seems low.
Boy, does it.
I understand that Dragoon has strong support actions such as Battle Litany, but you have plans to make adjustments so that Dragoon can deal strong damage on their own, similar how it was in 3.x? When it comes to increasing their damage, we'll make adjustments by expanding on aspects that allow players to experience the uniqueness of the job.
What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Uniqueness of the job is the buzzword of Stormblood. They think that they just because they've added these fucking gauges to each one of the jobs that can be the selling point. Go fuck yourself, Square Enix. We're not that stupid.
We're gonna rub our uniqueness all over your face, and you're gonna like it.
Does that mean I get another jump or something that lets me do more Mirage dives?
Better
Does that
yet,
make my DPS better?
No, better yet, they're gonna give you a new gauge to track what jumps are on cooldown.
Oh, great! I can hardly contain my enthusiasm. Fucking kill me.
Put your boner back in your pants.
Seriously,
please.
Susano right now is
still butthurt.
Susano EX fucking sucks. The amount of time an average group takes to get him to his limit break point is almost exactly the amount of time it takes for me to unlock my strongest move. So
yeah, that's what she said.
Melkythera actually puts it quite well. Dragoon is literally a battle litany deployer for better DPS.
It's absolutely true. Like if I could probably take away some of my moves and just ensure that I'm using the Dragon Sight move and Battle Litany more effectively, and it would up my overall DPS contribution.
Then why don't you Oh shit! No, you shouldn't have said that. Square Enix is gonna change it now.
Oh, good. Great, yeah, now I'm going to get a new gauge that shows who in my party has Dragon Sight and who in my party has Battle Litany and what the cooldowns are. Ah, great. I can't wait. Fuck this job.
Oh my gosh,
Jesus
relax.
Square Enix really hates you.
Do they?
Can you just be content being a samurai's bitch, okay?
Yeah, sure. You know, 8 years of my life wasn't enough of that the first time around. Why should I be surprised any different now? They've really begun to emulate 11's Dragoon very well. Kudos to them. I thought they could only do it by adding Wyvern in, but it turns out they found another way to emulate 11's Dragoon. Make us suck compared to Samurai.
I have no idea who's doing this in the background, but someone has summoned their Wyvern pet behind us. And I'm so proud of whoever that is. They may not even be listening to this show, but the fact that you have that summoned and it is just moving around randomly. Oh no, that's on who is that on? That's on someone that's standing next to me. I don't even know who that is. Anyway, bless you for having that.
Thank you kindly.
I'm so happy that that's there.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your Wyverns and your bullshit jobs. I hate you.
You want to read the next question?
No. Fuck you. You read it.
Are we on 7? I'll read it.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I got nothing left.
You've earned this today.
Okay.
That's twice. This is now 2 trigger.
Oh, you triggered it. Cool.
Yeah, great.
Look at them.
Awesome. I'm so thrilled.
Twice in one episode. That's, it's not often that gets to happen.
Can we just appreciate it for a minute?
Yeah.
It's so glorious.
I think it is great.
I love
Although he's doing really shitty damage, though.
But he is hitting the trigger every time.
He's a low level.
Every single time. You know what? I'm sure he's doing more damage than my Dragoon does.
Yeah, hitting about the 300s. That sounds about right.
It's seriously awful, dude. I went from being like second highest deeps in my raid to 4th.
Oh, hey, nobody gives a shit. Jux, you want to read that question?
Yeah, okay. Let's see. The new monk skill, Riddle of Fire, is a powerful buff, but because the effect increases the global cooldown, it is very stressful to play. Monk had a feeling of
stressful.
Stressful. It's so stressful. It's like playing Dragoon almost.
Wait, it increases the global cooldown. That means you have longer time to press other buttons, and it's more stressful?
Yeah, what?
This person is officially stupid.
Continue.
Monk had a feeling of speedy combat, so if adjustments are possible, please implement them.
Wow.
Their response was, we were considering a Greased Lightning 4, but it felt it would become too fast and widen the gap between DPS players even further.
Good.
What?
That should be their goal.
We believe that it may be difficult to understand the weapon skill recast time increase without trying it out in Savage. It may be easy to understand during longer fights.
Who are these absolute shit players that are submitting these goddamn questions?
If there are requests despite this, we will consider them. For the moment, things are somewhat complete, so we ask you for feedback after players have tried Savage. Hold on, so if things are somewhat complete, why the fuck are you changing Dark Knight and Warrior so quickly out of the fucking gate?
And it's like, these people who are complaining, like, it's more stressful to play, like, you have more time to dodge mechanics. How about you actually start dodging the goddamn mechanics? Then maybe you'll be able to clear the menagerie.
Is it possible for this community to hold Square Enix to a straight answer? Is that possible? Can we like come together and actually decide and go, hey, like,
okay, no.
You contradicted yourself inside of 3 answers. Can we maybe get a straight answer on this?
No, this I've just realized. Samurai is their baby. And so all the other DPS, melee DPS, have to suck in comparison. Ninja is getting fucking nerfed.
Oh my god, it
Monk
is 11.
isn't changing, and Dragoon is, fucking Dragoon, LOL.
Do you see this?
The Monk bitch.
It's turning into
Samurai.
Windurst as we're standing there. We're in Vanadil. The worlds are merging.
You know what? After we finish this episode, there's going to be like this really like sort of anime like cut to some guy in like a shadowy sort of room, and then as the light pans up on him, it's Tanaka pulling the strings all along.
Oh my god, I would believe it at this point.
Tanaka is the sea otter.
Look, I mean,
I hate this game.
It's you know what this is. You know what this is. I mean, it's clear now.
What is it?
Racism.
Yeah.
It's got to be racism. Of course.
What?
Of course.
The Japanese love their own culture, so everything has to be inferior to it.
It would explain why ninjas aren't as bad.
Yeah,
right.
And why Ninja was great last expansion.
Exactly.
Trying to keep the white guy down.
Racism.
Reverse racism, specifically.
Right. Yes. There you go. There you go. Let's make it doubly ignorant.
From patch 4.0, cards that you draw in your Aetherflow stacks aren't displayed on the party list anymore. Because of this, if the player has 2 astrologers or scholars, we cannot check each other's status, and this is very inconvenient. Do you have plans to revert this so the status can be checked through the party list? They said, I believe this is mainly an issue when matched using the duty finder. The difficulty is set so you don't have to be particular about the status. However, I've been told by someone who's particular with their job that they want to make sure that they aren't the same as their partner. We're looking at each of the jobs, and we're thinking of reverting it so that players can check the status of Scholar Aetherthrow and which card astrologians have drawn. However, we weren't able to make it by patch 4.05, and so it'll be in 4.1. Please wait a bit longer for this. We're also looking into situations where when there are 2 white mages in the party, they have trouble telling which confession stack is which.
Okay, now that's a lie, because no white mage ever has cared about their confession stack.
This seems like a gross oversight. Like, first of all, basically what they're saying is because of the new UI element that the astrologian has, they don't have the buffs now. Other people can't see that, right? I was first under the assumption that your buffs can still be there, so you can either reference your UI or the status.
Not for astrologians.
That seems so stupid. Like, how did no one on the dev team be like, well, what if there's 2 astrologians now? How are they going to know what cards they're using?
No, nobody on the dev team plays astrologian.
That explains a lot. They all play samurai now, right?
And ninja.
I like Evil Hippie taking our charges of racism at total face value. White guys playing a race card always sounds douchey. Well done. Hey, by the way, who can you contact at SiriusXM these days for a fucking job reference? No one? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't get it.
What?
Well, we fucked those guys.
That's fine.
Are we right?
He gets
Showed
it.
him.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets
High
it.
five.
Scalia, why don't you take question number 9?
Dragoon,
Whatever.
Give us a high five.
No.
Give us a high five.
No.
Oh, high five. I get it. High jump.
Yeah, you got it. Great.
Did you just?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
Did you just caress the inside of his thigh?
No, he caressed
That's
my
the penalty.
phone and my hand.
That's the penalty he gets for not high-fiving when demanded. You get the thigh caress.
Don't thigh rape me. Anyway.
Evil Hippie, come on, don't beat yourself up. You've also got Eric Nagel on the weekends. Come on now.
What are you talking about?
He gets it. Don't worry about
Fine. Scholar went through many changes, having lost a DOT, the damage lost from AoE due to the Bane rework, and nerfs to the fairy healing. In comparison to the other healers, it feels like they have lost quite a bit. Are there any plans for adjustments? And after balancing the 3 healing jobs, the fairy's healing was still too powerful. Therefore, we decided to go in the direction of lowering the fairy's healing potencies. However, due to reducing what they could do, their AoE damage also went down, and we've made some adjustments in 4.05. I thought we were waiting till Savage to make adjustments.
That's only for the melee.
Oh,
The
okay.
melee are perfect. Maybe a little bit of samurai buff. We haven't decided yet.
Do we want to go through the actual adjustments?
Are there any important ones in there?
I don't play astrologian or scholar.
Well, we're asking the dumb shit that does.
Okay, let's see. They have introduction.
I like how he just jumps right in. He's like, "Yep, dumb shit right here."
Nobody else plays a heal, you morons.
I know that was the joke.
Yo, you're a joke.
You just didn't even bat an eye. Go on.
No.
Go on. You're doing fine. No.
They're getting miasma 2. Wait, miasma 2 is that stupid AoE skill. That's terrible. That's stupid. Emergency tactics to 20 seconds. That's dumb. Indomitability, stay tuned. Strengthening excoagulation. Change the range of Fey unit to 15 moms. I guess that's good. Aether Pact and change to increase the fairy gauge when Aether Flow actions do not inflict an effect on the target. That's just a bug fix.
Why did we ask him to talk?
No, this stuff is stupid.
Oh, good. I'm glad that he has to read it out loud to be able to tell us that.
Astrologians can now throw away their stupid cards they don't want. That's great.
That's actually probably pretty good.
White Mage gets adjustments to the rate at which healing lilies are generated. That's good, I guess.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
okay, here's the good part. Plenary Indulgence will see major adjustments. That's the confession stacks thing that nobody ever uses because it was terrible.
But they're getting adjusted.
Marvelous in red in the chat saying #delete monk. I don't know why, but I agree with the sentiment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, just
why
to
not?
piss some people off.
Because monk is stupid.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Ascalia Dragoons would be? They would move up one slot in the relevant DPS.
Yeah. Oh my god. This next question is my favorite because fuck summoners. So you know how they're all like, guys, our little pets are too small. Why aren't they big like they were in FF11? Demi Bahamut is quite large. You
Oh my god.
This is literally everybody else. No, this is not summoners talking. This is literally everybody else talking.
This is from the entire FF14 community to summoners.
Yes.
This is what we're telling you.
Do you have any plans to make adjustments to his size or transparency? We'll make it so you can change the size of Demi Bahamut using a text command. I'm sure there'll be players who would like the size remain as is, so we're making it so that players can adjust the scale on their own. However, we won't be able to make that implement until patch 4.0.
I cannot tell you how many... Can you make it so that he can like follow us around in the overworld and like
Jesus? I cannot tell you how many times though I will be like sitting there meleeing and I'll see like that Bahamut pop up in the background and think it's an ad and immediately like turn around and go attack it. I'm like, oh shit.
Get good.
No, this is literally
That's
Final
pretty
Fantasy
funny.
11 all over again. Because now, like, if I was a Lalafell again, this thing would pop up in my screen. And I just see Demi Bahamut's giant fucking dong in my face.
That's all you need to see.
Well, maybe
I don't want to.
Hey, maybe you
Not
should bang
again.
it. Maybe you should bang
this time.
I'm telling you, this game is turning into 11 faster and in a more horrible way than any of us could have ever predicted.
all right, let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Zeth Darkwind of Sergeant Tannis. What's up, Zeth?
Hey, thank you so much for taking my call. Really appreciate you guys.
No problem, man. Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio.
Hey, thank you so much for taking my call. Really appreciate you guys.
What's up?
I guess I'll give you like a little quick bio on myself. I've been playing 14 since 1.0. Kind of found you guys during the downtime between 1.0 and A Realm Reborn, and did my best to catch up and just follow through, listen to you guys all along. You got an email from me quite a while ago. I wanted to really thank Callow for knocking it out of the park. I forgot to put, of course, my name and server on that email, but I was griping about the companion NPC, which their death kind of served to facilitate Gaius' entrance, which I really, that made an impact on me. I'm surprised that you guys, well, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Well, we need to actually thank you for that because that gave us a great moment with Nika where she cried on it.
To finally shut her up.
Yeah.
It was so great making people cry.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember the email, and I think you're right. I think, you know, like the last that we heard of our companions, they were running off to an area where Gaius was. The next confrontation that we see is supposedly the group of people that she was going to join. I think it was the Alamegan Resistance that was going to steal a airship, Garlean airship, and Gaius shows up out of nowhere and kills the entire squad. We don't actually see our companion die. But it is implied that we don't ever see him again. Like that's
we've
that's
never heard hide nor hair since.
Exactly. So I guess we could extrapolate from that yeah, they might have been killed in that skirmish. But I don't know that it is 100% definitive that is necessarily the case. I would not be that surprised if we ended up seeing that down, that we ended up seeing that character down the road.
Yeah,
I'm sure that data still exists from any 1.0 players.
Yeah, what's nice about it is that they never do anything with it, okay, fine. But if at any point they wanted to pull the horn from Alexander and just suddenly use it for something, they very well could.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, go ahead, Zeth.
I just back in the day, we used to be on the Lindblom server, or Sargatanis was Lindblom, and I just that's never really been mentioned on the show, or at least I can't remember you guys mentioning that. So I want to put a little shout out to that, even though it's kind of pointless. Doom Train. There's been a lot of talk about Doom Train. I've got a little pet theory that I wanted to give to you guys because I don't think I've heard this anywhere. We haven't seen Deepest Dungeon yet for Stormblood, but we know that we're going to be going to Garlean, and Yoshida said we might see Doom Train Garlean, and in 6 he was a bit more of a dungeon than a primal. You probably see where I'm going with this. Do you think Doom Train could be eventually a Deepest Dungeon?
Each floor is a train car?
Whoa, that's actually super fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd actually be really into that idea. That's
hell yes.
That's the way that we start moving more towards Garlean territory. I mean, because their big Magitech, aspect to their whole society is big.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I could see that working out actually thematically.
They could also even write. This would take a lot of creativity on their part, so I don't think we'll go this way. But they could even technically find a way to write that into authored lore. Let's say or closer to the Garlemald border, they start using people from authored as slaves to build their Magitech railroad. But there is some huge big explosion, lots of death, blah 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 blah. That gives birth to the Doom Train, right?
It doesn't even have to be supernatural. Doom Train could be the reference to
That's true too.
When that train showed up, it means the Garleans are coming and your death was following.
Bingo.
Shortly.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the Doom
That's
Train.
how you do references.
That's the more thematic, and yours is I don't even know what yours is. Supernatural and dumb. There's an explosion, a lot of people die, and then just Doom Train pops out of nowhere. Deus Ex explosions.
But will you get to suplex it?
No.
Probably not.
No, I would assume not.
Only if it's involved with Godbert, yeah.
What if the real Yida shows up and suplexes it?
We already established that the real Yida is Xenos.
That's right. Even after he takes off his helmet and reveals that he's a guy.
Well, we're
gonna need the second lore book to confirm.
Real Yida is post-op Xenos, okay?
I was going to say, he took off his helmet, but he did not take off his Xenos mask.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zeth, thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I saw a bunch of people bringing out their wyverns now, standing around here. I appreciate that. I really do.
What wyverns are we referring to? Midgard Stormer?
The black the black ones.
We have actual wyvern pets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a minion.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you not?
How do you not have it yet?
Why would I want it?
Is it out of spite?
I think it's yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
You can't just take what you're given?
No.
Just open your mouth, insert the cock, and then just caress
if it doesn't cast healing breath, he doesn't want it.
I'll just be like the rest of the FF14 community and just open my mouth for Essie's big old dick. Why not?
The next question. Sustain was very useful in some content. I would like to know why this was removed. We had it set so that pets would take reduced damage from enemies, and we figured it wouldn't be an issue as long as players don't place the pets directly in front of the enemy. However, there were some players that used it quite a lot, so we'd like to discuss some more with the dev team.
Don't you tell me where to place my pet! Seriously, it feels like they're making the game for stupid people.
Yeah, it's exactly
for
what they're
actively stupid people that play in a either willfully ignorant way or just they're just.
This is why we don't get real pet jobs. This is why we only get fake pet jobs.
Yeah, I won't put my pet here.
I won't move my pet. My pet stay here. Good job, pet. I pet.
It's just really that's what these people who fucking complain either on Reddit or on the official forums. That's what they sound like. The Royal Menagerie is too hard. I don't like being beaten. It's not fair.
They need to be beaten with
fucking sticks.
Yeah.
Again and again until you learn.
Juxta, this next question's yours.
All right. Red Mage's Vercure is affected by the Int attribute. But would it be possible to change the summoner's physics so the cure potency changes with intellect? Red Mage was born from white and black magic. However, a summoner is different. Summoner can raise players, whereas black mages cannot. This is part of their role. If we made it so all jobs could do everything, every job would just become the same. And I don't think that's how a game should be.
That is literally what this game is.
Every job is the same.
Every job is the same.
Except summoners can't cure people.
It is tiny, tiny distinctions between jobs. That's it. It really is. Summoner's not supposed to cure. Summoner is based more off of fucking black mage than it is off of a fucking...
But black mages can't cure or raise,
no,
and that's
they can't.
balanced. Because there's people who can't do stuff, and there's people who can. Balance.
Yeah.
Balance. Right? Balance. Sure.
Some other job adjustments.
Every job is unique.
Trademarked, yeah, unique. We're going to work on expanding the uniqueness of our jobs.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They talk about some Black Mage changes. They said we made a couple of adjustments, but Black Mage players will understand. Also, when doing their skill rotations, there are moments where they lose all their MP, so we're making some adjustments to that MP. MP cost for follow has been removed. The recast time for triple cast has been reduced by 30 seconds, and the recast time for Fire and Blizzard 4 has been reduced by 0.2 seconds. And here's the ninja change.
Oh, good.
Potency for Gust Slash will be reduced. The reason for this is because the players found a stronger skill rotation than those the dev team was using while making adjustments. So we're gonna squash them.
Is that sarcasm?
Boo. Boo.
That's so frustrating. The patch, the note should have been, ninjas found a new way to do their rotation. Good job, ninjas. That's awesome.
You should have an opinion about it, and that's it. You shouldn't have to dev around it.
Yeah.
Not unless it's fucking broken.
You're welcome to say, like, that's not what we were intending, but all right.
Does anyone know what the rotation is? I mean, I this is the first I've even heard of it.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Even being a ninja.
This guy is
anyone in the chat?
This guy is the fucking ninja, and he doesn't know. Yeah. You at least have changed to red mage.
Yeah.
By the way, your red mage glamour looks fucking atrocious still.
Why? It's the same as last week. You thought it was passable last week.
Why do you have hammer pants on?
It's actually a dress.
That's not much better.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, like from where the camera angle is, it looks like you're about to
like MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Stop! It's Ice Time Hammer guy.
Guys, this next question makes me lose a bit more faith.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Hang on.
What?
Back. You're just gonna bolt. You're gonna just.
I stopped listening to him.
You're gonna power through that.
I stopped listening.
Lucky you.
What did he do?
You didn't just hear that string of misquoted lyrics that came out of his mouth?
Oh, he does that all the fucking time.
Dear God. I hate you.
Time to put your mouth where our balls are.
No.
Jesus Christ. Come on, Grandpappy.
It seems very airy though where your balls are. Like,
oh my God, I just
like there's a lot
I'm
of
not wearing underpants.
I would assume that you wouldn't be.
It's like I'm like a Scottish Irelandish with no pants. The kilt and my junk hanging out. Just kidding.
What?
It's scraping ground. It's so big.
I just want to remind everyone that it's just going to be this dumbass and Nika hosting the show next week.
You're so fucked.
If you're interested in train wrecks, I would say fucking tune in for this because it's going to be terrible.
It's going to be great.
You know what? I kind of want to like tune in from the road. We'll be driving home by the time LBR is on.
Yeah. I mean, I won't.
Why would you not?
I won't be. I think I leave Monday from.
Do you guys not listen to the show afterwards?
I have to. Like I don't have a choice. I have to put the shit together and put it out.
Poor you.
You're gonna have to put together next week's episode.
Yeah.
You should just release it raw.
Well, that's basically what I'm going to do.
Put out and say, like, there was no hope. I did everything I could.
Oh, no. I you know, like, this show's live. Like, I don't really edit. All I do is, like, just put the production
in. Yeah.
That's really it. anymore. I mean, I used to.
So you're saying you don't do any work anymore?
No, well, I used to have to. I used to have to spend a lot of time putting in the donation messages because it was tough to figure out where they went. You know,
that had to suck.
Yeah,
but now we have those awful echoes. Can we change those?
Nope.
No.
People don't really like them.
That's fine.
Tough.
They think it's hard to hear.
Deal with it.
Call us and let us know. Anyway, let's go back to our phone lines. Crimson Light Farron of Hyperion, welcome to Limit Break Radio.
Well, at the very least, you can use Twitch's app to listen live. That might not be a bit of a consolation, but you'll be able to at least know what you're looking forward to when you have to edit the thing. When it turns to complete shit.
Yeah, except I'm going to be out at San Diego Comic-Con and going to be a lot more interested in what those people have to say, but and not very interested in what this fuck has to say.
Yeah,
that's
true.
rude. She's not even here.
I know. That's
Radio jokes.
Well, anyway, when it comes to the astrologian changes, that's what I wanted to call in about. It seems like they took 2 steps forward and 1 step back kind of thing. Because when Heaven's Ward, you would always RNG would kind of screw you over at times. So you'd be drawing a bunch of Ewers and Spires, and they finally gave you a way to utilize those cards in such a way that they didn't completely go to waste. But then they removed the ability to click off any Royal Road or spread cards that you might have. So if somebody was raised and they needed a quick refresh or a regain, you could click off whatever status you had and then give it to them. But now, if you like sleeve draw or some shit, it's like you are stuck with a spire in your spread with an expanded spire, or you're forced to throw it on somebody who's completely not needing it. So I'm actually kind of excited for those changes, but it was like, why remove the ability in the first place?
Oh, well, because obviously that was one of the abilities that was redundant among classes. Duh.
Oh yeah, Astro, Monk, both have cards. Absolutely.
Yeah, it didn't add to the uniqueness of the job. So.
Right, yeah, exactly. Because that's how you emphasize uniqueness of jobs, is by giving them less uniqueness.
Giving them flaws. Flaws are unique.
That's right. Yeah, so thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Crimson Light. I mean, again, the astrologian changes. I'm sorry, I tuned out for a good part of that.
I had a hard time listening to all that stuff because I play astrologian, so I kind of understood what I was saying. But
yeah, I
basically, when you draw a card that you can't use, there was a way to actually use it for something.
Yeah.
Now there isn't. They just took that ability out.
Well, no. You can discard your card with an ability on your hotbar, but you can't get rid of like the Royal Road, which gives like the bonus special power, like the AoE or the double potency, or whatever. You can't get rid of that at all now.
That's stupid.
Crimson Light, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Any shout-outs before we let you go?
No, because he's gone.
Wow.
Because I killed him.
He's been let go.
You said, okay,
You're a dick.
You said thank you.
You're a dick.
You said thank you for the call, and then I dropped him.
Hold on.
That's the way this goes. You can't say it twice.
The way that he's like, no, because I killed him. Now my can just, whenever we're done with the host, like Jux like leads them out back, and then just boom to the back of the head, and there's like a pile behind the studio.
Yeah, you get that one moment where he walks out, sees the bodies like Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. Oh no! And then he gets his head blown.
Crimson Light, I didn't really understand your point, but I tried to give you shout-outs, so you can blame that idiot and his stupid child for not letting you have shout-outs. So I'm gonna shout out Hyperion for you because I'm a nice guy. Unlike Juxta.
What?
Who wants to kill you?
Exactly, Juxta.
No, I do kill him. I don't want.
Who doesn't?
I take no glory in my killing. Okay,
Juxta.
I just do what needs to be done.
Officially,
because I'm a millennial.
Officially hates our callers.
Yes.
and doesn't want to let them have any shout outs. So
yes, idiot.
You can blame him and abuse him when you call up. Which, by the way, if you want to call, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. If you'd like to call Limit Break Radio, that's right. Juxta does hate you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Just like Nika for not being here.
Yeah, fuck Nika too.
Yeah, Nika, clearly she'd rather go attend the birthday party of a 15-year-old.
Oh my god, guys, you know what would be amazing? Are you planning on doing calls next weekend?
No.
Oh
no,
my god.
No.
I don't think there would be any way that they'd be able to run calls. No way. No way.
It would just be like 100%, okay, now they're on the line. Poop. Hi.
There's no way. I mean, like, maybe if you just did Discord.
Yeah, that'd be the only way.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
All right, well, if they decide to do that, I encourage everyone to just call in and savage him and Nika as much as humanly possible.
Please do.
Like, that's all you do. Just roast them. Just call and roast.
If I had the ability to do it, I would. But I'm going to be so distracted. I'm not going to be paying attention at all.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
God help us.
So this next question, this is why we can't have good things. Because Sprint no longer consumes TP, it is easier to use in combat.
Yeah.
However, outside of combat, the increased cooldown is inconvenient. Would it be possible to make adjustments such as lowering the cooldown in cities?
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
That
would be a kind of small change that I wouldn't mind.
But just this idea that I need to be able to run around cities faster.
Well, the idea that they needed to waste a question on this in a Q&A.
That as well.
That sucks, yeah.
We increased the duration, or the effect duration of Sprint outside of combat, but it was not as effective as players run between NPCs during quests. We are considering adjustments, but it will take some time.
Great.
To consider. Because that's a thing. For PvP, would it be possible to change...
Why is he reading? Why is he reading? Why are you reading?
This has nothing to do with, like, Red Mage, and it's not a small question. You don't get that one. Escalia, go.
All right. For PvP, would it be possible to change the system so that you can earn experience points for the job you entered with rather than the job you finished the match with? I think this would help those who participate in the content for leveling purposes so they can still change their job inside to meet the needs of the party.
Okay, that's actually kind of fair, I guess.
This idea was on the table when we were making PvP-related adjustments in patch 4.01. We discussed how it'll create a situation where the players are earning experience points for a job they didn't play, which goes against the entire point of earning the experience points. We want to take some more time to consider continue discussions regarding
yet, wait. You're gonna
break the microphone.
You're gonna make a fucking justification like this in the same patch that you put in jump potions?
You monster.
Fuck you, Square Enix!
Go.
Yeah.
Go eat so many dicks.
Yeah.
For that.
That makes such a bold claim to try to say that experience points are actually a measurement of your experience.
Fuck you.
Whoa.
Not cool, man.
That is such horseshit.
That is the biggest pile of excrement they have ever fucking uttered.
What a fucking cop-out. What a cop-out. Don't even sit there and tell me that XP needs to be earned on the job that you're playing. Okay, take away the jump potions. Take them away right now. Take them out right the fuck now. If that is what you want us to believe and accept, man...
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Fuck this development team. Hey. This is ridiculous.
Hey,
no.
Hey, no.
Fucking.
This is Yoshi-P talking.
This is fucking fake news bullshit if I've ever seen it. Like, this is what this is like someone who we're just at the point in reality in 2017 where we can deny objective reality through a statement that is controlled and challenged by nobody, right? Like,
yeah, imagine that.
and that's I think that's the frustrating thing is, like, yeah, you can do a Q&A, but like there's no ever follow-up to that, and no one can ever go, hey, Yoshi-P, that's bullshit because you put in jump potions. So like that doesn't pass the fucking smell test here. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Due to the large amount of job action changes in 4.0, some jobs may feel very different when level synced in dungeons level 50 and below. Concerning tanks, in 4.01 it became easier to maintain aggro, while other jobs see similar changes. Adjusting each job's skills according to each level synced low-level dungeon isn't very practical. Dungeons will be undergoing overall adjustments such as actions used at low levels and the HP of mobs in dungeons. So, no, pretty much.
Okay.
It's hard.
I'm still so pissed after that last answer. That really fucking pisses me off. That really
at the cost of having actual like party composition and job cohesion in PvP.
Exactly. Like you're going to actively harm your PvP event, which we know if it's not giving the most relevant XP or tomes is criminally underutilized. And instead of giving people reasons to play it as if like they're playing the proper role, you go, no, I think that would defy the point.
Wouldn't want someone to get White Mage to 70 without having ever played it, would we? No, we wouldn't, Square Enix.
Yeah,
Welcome
we
to
the
Limit
player
Break
base.
Radio for the past fucking year.
God damn it, dude. Like the fact that most people just like accepted that as like on its face is, I think, the thing that pisses me off the most. Like we have such a lazy community when it comes to criticizing the devs, and those of us that do, like us, we receive so much flack from all of those sycophants that just they can't wipe the fucking Yoshi-P cock smell out of their ass if they wanted to.
It's
like fucking stop it.
I mean,
like,
stop getting an extremely gay vibe.
Like stop fucking thinking that this development team can do no wrong.
Yeah, they do a lot of wrong.
Not just that, but what they do wrong, they don't even justify with a valid point or opinion.
Well, the chat is saying that it's not their fault because it was upper management that made them do it.
Oh, shut the fuck up, chat room. I don't even want to hear that bullshit. Oh, it's not Yoshi-P. It was upper management. Fucking bullshit. I'm holding Yoshi-P responsible for the decisions that happen in this game. Not upper management. Not fucking upper management. Get fucked. If that's your opinion, just know that you're placating someone who is clearly creatively bankrupt at this point.
Well, and if that's the case, if you bent on that point and they said you have to do this and he said fine, then that better be your development style. Like you shouldn't do you shouldn't develop certain things like PvP around one idea and that around another.
Exactly.
If they're going to say to you, you have to have the jump potion, and clearly we don't care about what experience points mean, don't then go to PvP and say, well, here we do care about what experience points mean.
At the cost of a good PvP experience.
Yeah, be consistent. If you're going to be nothing else, be consistent. And you know what? If you consistently do stuff that pisses us off, at least you're being consistent.
Well, and
sorry.
And the thing is like by not holding Yoshi-P accountable, like that's part of his job, is where if upper management comes to you and says, we want to compromise the integrity of your game, you go to great lengths to explain no. And you don't do it. You have some ability of control. Yeah. Right? Like, and the thing is look, I understand no one wants to get fired. No one wants to leave their job. But when did that start? Like protecting your own paycheck comes at the expense of what you think the vision for either what this game or what this product is.
Yeah, and if he would have went to to upper management, was like, no, we can't put in the jump potion. If he would have said, and look, if you want to go ahead and fire the reason that the thing that saved your game, watch how quickly it burns. Because had Square Enix came out and been like, you know what, Yoshi-P isn't on this project anymore.
Oh my God, people would have fucking rioted.
Yes, they would have.
Oh yeah, and they would have abandoned the product hands down. I get on Final Encountercast we talked about Twin Peaks and David Lynch. David Lynch walked away from the revival of Twin Peaks. He openly said
the season not being long enough.
Well, it was over a variety of creative differences, but he walked away and he was willing to say, yeah, I'm not going to do this unless I have the ability to do it right. And I feel like there's not enough creative people, and the reason that I put this on Yoshi-P is because he specifically within Square Enix carries a lot of weight. Like he carries enough clout where if he would say no to something, he could stop some shit happening with this game that he didn't want to see go down. He could be, and I don't mean to take her nickname, but he could be the firewall for quality. He needs to be the firewall for quality of this game.
Yeah, and if he's not willing to go to bat for the quality of the game, then I don't see why myself or anyone else should go to bat for him.
But the thing is I think you have to work on that presupposition and hold him accountable for the decisions around this game. If you're going to be able to level criticism at it, and you're not just going to sit around and be a fucking sycophant. Like, if you're not just going to sit around and placate all of his decisions or all of the decisions that Square Enix is making, you have to hold him accountable. You have to say, listen, if this is not good enough, if this doesn't meet expectation, Yoshi-P, I may like you as a person, but you are ultimately the person who was put in charge of this, whether for good or bad, whether it was the meddling from the top or laziness from the bottom. You are in control of that. You are the one who is responsible for that.
Right.
Clearly, we held Tanaka accountable. Square Enix had held Tanaka accountable as well. Now we've had Yoshi-P in there for now 3 fucking expansions, and for all 3 of them, it's been the same goddamn thing.
And when we get to the credit sequence, that's the cost of having your Naoki Yoshida appear under director.
Right. That's right.
the price that you pay for that.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you've got a problem with holding people accountable for their work.
He's asked you to, by the way.
And he has. Like, that's the thing is, like, he has said criticism is important. He said he wants to be held accountable for the quality of the game. And if it's sliding, say something. We are. We are saying it. So now my point that I'm trying to make is that all of you fucking whiners and all of you people who will jump at us in our YouTube comment section or in the chat room or wherever it is, and just say that we're, you want to claim that we're hating on the game. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you're doing more active damage than we are by providing open and honest feedback and criticism from long-term players of this game. By placating Yoshi-P and telling him that you like something that you actually don't like, what good does that serve?
None.
And I'm not telling you what to like or not, but I'm just saying, if that's what you're doing, that is critically under supporting the product.
I think Yoshi-P doesn't want to be director of this game anymore, so he wants it to crash and burn so he can actually direct and play other games and make other games.
So then quit. So then leave.
But Square Enix isn't going to let him quit and then go work on other projects.
Fuck that. I'm sorry. It's
You remember what happened at Konami?
It's 2017.
Japanese business, bro.
Fuck, dude. I'm sorry, but you know what? Anyone has the ability to quit and move on in their career.
Well, I think what he's saying is you're suggesting he wants to go work at other projects at SE, not for another company,
or even at another company.
Oh, well, that you could do.
Yeah,
could you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think so.
I mean, what happened with Konami and Kojima? With the Konami, like, making it...
Okay, there's so much going on there that we don't know.
Hang on, just a second. Wait a minute. I have to point out how racist Juxta is right here, okay? So wait, you mean to tell me that the situation with Konami and Kojima is what you think the norm is for Japanese business? That's what you think the normal situation when someone leaves a company or is fired or forced out of a company and they move on to do more work. You think it's the norm for the company that they previously worked for to, in any way, shape, or form that they can, try to fuck over this new company, this what they do afterwards? Is it not? No. It's not.
Are you sure?
That's not normal for any fucking business. It doesn't matter if it's Japan.
Not a Japanese weeb.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Japan. Come on, use some fucking sense. Use some common goddamn sense. No one would ever work ever. Like, fucking business would not get done, Juxta. Think about this. Think about it for a hot second.
Sabotaging someone who leaves you is only commonplace in the radio industry.
That's not even that common in the radio industry, but it does happen. I mean, it happens in media.
Contracts.
I mean, it does happen in media. Well, you hear about it in Hollywood all the time. Someone turns down a script or a project, and suddenly they're being passed up for other offers. That does happen. I'm not saying that it never fucking happens. And obviously, the Kojima Konami thing is real.
It's not commonplace, though.
But it's not common. And that is not normal.
Yeah, that's why it's so incredible when we fucking hear stories about it. If it was normal, we'd just be like, another day in Japan.
Yeah,
it's not like tentacle porn.
I don't know. Marvelous and Red seems to say it's the norm for Japanese companies, from what he understands.
That's fucking horseshit.
Well, Marvelous and Red is just as fucking stupid as you are.
That's fucking horseshit. That's fucking horseshit. Business would not be able to be conducted if you lost every ability to
Why do you think Japanese people work so hard and do stuff like that?
Well, I mean, we're not listen, there's
because we dropped an atomic bomb on them and they need to catch up.
Jesus.
Ow.
Fair enough.
Have I offended enough people out there yet?
I think you're getting there.
I think you don't stop now.
All right. So question.
So just stop sucking Yoshi-P's dick so goddamn much.
It's hard to get a group for Alliance raid content.
I'm sorry. 2 bombs. Important distinction. Thank you. Thank you. Komodo Dragon, I really appreciate that point. 2 bombs.
Fair point.
Yeah, okay, good.
2.
It's hard to get a group for Alliance raid content, such as the Crystal Tower. Do you have any plans to address this? We're currently working on an Alliance raid roulette aimed for patch 4.1. Players will also be able to make Alliance raid parties across other worlds as well. This is also scheduled for patch 4.1. As for Labyrinth of the Ancients, we're making adjustments so the party structure will only require 1 tank rather than 2. However, we may not be able to make this adjustment in time.
Delta Prime saying they dropped more bombs on Pearl Harbor. No, they didn't. They dropped more of themselves in fucking planes. God, get fucking history right, for Christ's sake.
Not to mention...
I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Yeah, I'm the bad guy for being historically accurate. Go fuck yourself.
Plus, our bombs, they may have more, but ours were a lot bigger.
That's right.
And that's the important
Oh,
part.
they did a lot more damage. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, quantity over quality.
There you go.
They're player haters.
Question 18.
Wait, hold up. Like Alliance raid roulette. That's something we've been asking for a while.
For a long fucking time. Yeah.
Some standard operating procedure that it just takes 3.5 expansions for us to get it.
I mean, why is it taking this fucking long?
Because it's Square Enix!
That is
because
weird.
They can't make shit in a timely fucking manner. I mean, look, they essentially used all of Heaven's Ward, right, as like a ramp up to do Eureka, and it's still gonna fucking suck.
Jeez.
I mean, what are they gonna throw in there for rating? Because I mean, like, I don't think that they can throw in the hard versions of Alex.
Oh no, they're not gonna do hard versions. It'll just be
it's just
all
the
easy
24
raids.
shit.
Oh, it's just the 24 shit.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense with them changing the 2 tanks to 1 tank for Labyrinth of the Ancients.
Yeah. So
See, but here and here's the other thing is, like, you had 3 instances between the 2 raids, the 2 18-man raids, right? Like, that seems enough that
16?
you could...
Six
or
total.
6 total. Yeah.
6 total,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That seems enough that you could have randomized. You could have shuffled that very easily.
Right.
Well, like, I don't understand what the fuck took this long.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm sorry. Did you just need the 7th one? Is that what it took Square Enix? God fucking damn it! What?
Remember, they take a year and a half just to do a crossover event, and that's usually just some fucking glamour.
How hard is a roulette? Like, how hard is a roulette to fucking program?
Well, especially with Alliance, with cross-server stuff already implemented, doesn't seem like it should be that tough.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like.
Yeah.
They've had
a developer. You knew what to go
dude. They've had the resources to do this shit forever.
Yeah,
it's like there has to be a fucking reason why they held off on it, but I can't fathom
Wondrous
one.
Tales.
like I get why they didn't do it at the end of.
Why? Wait, hang on. Wondrous Tales. Why Wondrous Tales?
Because you had to go in there for Wondrous Tales, so that funneled enough people in there.
No, it didn't.
No, it
Yoshi-
really
It
didn't.
absolutely did not.
Yoshi-P says so.
Well, Yoshi-P's a fucking idiot then.
Yoshi-P says a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Yoshi-P directly contradicted himself at least 3 times in 4 questions here.
Why would he lie?
Because he wants people to buy his game.
You know, maybe he doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Man, as an American today, that's so relatable.
You know, you
question-
might not be right. You might not be wrong.
Question 18. I love the way this starts out. I would like the rewards from Seal Rock achievements, but queues take too long to pop. Would it be possible to make it so these achievements would be progressible even in Shatter? We're currently discussing Frontlines overall. Currently, there are many different game modes, and oftentimes it is difficult to be matched into the desired mode. We are considering changing the featured game mode every week. However, this means introducing a new rule to the servers, so more time is needed to make a decision.
Wait, there are other things besides Shatter? They still have those? You can still do that?
Yeah.
I did Secure the other day with that stupid, like, go hold the 3 bases and then also for the stupid
I remember
thing.
that.
I did the bulk of my leveling in PvP, and I got Shatter every time.
I don't understand why, just from a development point of view, that they're like, all right, as we make achievements, we should definitely make individual achievements for each type of event. Like, why why weren't the achievements just win X amount of PvP matches? Right?
Yeah, why would you separate them out? I mean, how many people are doing PvP at this point? Good lord. I mean, except for leveling. I guess that probably brought a lot of people back.
It did. And there's a lot. There was, to be fair, when it was giving out the shitload of XP even for losses, like that's it saw
and
more.
they rolled that back.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks.
It saw more traffic than it's seen probably since 3.0.
Since the first
and that was
Frontline?
for like a tome grind, right? That's
Yeah.
why it was popular originally.
Right.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. So, I mean, they needed to do something to reinvigorate PvP, just on a casual level of just, to make it populated, right? So you don't, when you queue, you don't have to wait 45 fucking minutes, right?
Well, I like the idea of getting more XP for winning. I liked seeing people actually try.
Dude, I'm not saying that change. I'm not saying that change was bad, but it did take a certain number of people out of the pool because they automatically knew it wasn't as efficient. It was still good, but it wasn't necessarily the most efficient. You had to win for it to be the most efficient. Right. So
what you do there is you make the reward for winning more, and not the reward for losing less.
Not a bad idea.
That way you don't fuck over the people who didn't get on the gravy train when it was starting its choo-choo.
Well,
did you not get on the gravy train?
No, I got on that fucking shit.
Bro, but this is like this is a long-standing problem that Final Fantasy XIV has had, and one that I think we were most concerned about maybe from the early days of this show, and that was, okay, how exactly if we're out-modding content so quickly, how exactly are you going to make it so that someone joining into this game would still be able to experience something like Binding Coil of Bahamut even at the Stormblood era of the game? And they still don't have a good answer for that.
I don't know that MMOs have a good answer for that at this point.
I mean, the thing is I again, with the right level of incentive, but
besides FF11.
But that implies that you want a certain level of horizontal progression, which it does not lend itself well to the format of this game. So then you're left with the question, okay, well, what are other things that we could use as incentive? XP is incentive, tomes are incentive, but what else? Like, there's cosmetics. Those are kind of incentive.
But then you get it and then you tune out.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a one shot.
Exactly. And so, this has been a long-standing problem, one that we saw coming from very, very early on, because we saw, once we're in Heaven's Word, why would anyone go back and do Binding Coil?
Well,
and they never answered that question. Like, they
actually
did,
tried.
well, they did try. They had the craftable gear.
Yes, which you needed to get over and over again.
Right. But that, I think that was very, very limited in its appeal.
Especially when they put all that gear in Palace of the Dead.
Oh my God, right, exactly. Well, it was, each piece was like 7-8 million at that point.
Now it's 10K.
Right.
If you're lucky.
So, maybe not the best way to counterbalance that. But they do think about this stuff. Clearly, there is thought and intent put into this. Right? But not enough. And I don't think that there's enough horizontal variables. And they don't do a good enough job going back and looking at the breadth of content, the wealth of content that they have, that they added between 2.0 and the end of 3.0. And try to utilize that in any way, shape, or form. Wondrous Tales is really the only way. That's it. That's the only answer that they've provided, and I think that is a bad answer at best.
The only other answer they had was the relic weapon sending you back there, but
ostensibly we're going to Eureka for that.
Yeah, so they're dropping the ball on that one too.
Exactly. So what incentive do we have to go back and participate in any of these different things? There is none.
None.
Well, and that's the thing, is that they sit with fucking with huge layers of dust on them. Like, in two more expansion cycles, like, anyone who's coming in at that point, no one's going to have any frame of reference for things like Binding Coil, or even how bad Alexander was. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe they'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that maybe.
Probably actually doing them a service, granting them a mercy at that point.
But there's got to be something that Square Enix can do proactively to be able to go back and incentivize that content or participation in that content. There has to be. Again, am I alone on this? Give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord if you'd like to call in. We'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on some of these responses from producer live letter number 37? Obviously, we're frustrated by a good portion of them here in the studio, but we want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Discord. A lot of people, especially when we start talking about horizontal progression or we start talking about incentives attached to raids, they'll like to get up and say, you know, like, oh, well, you guys, first of all, they go, oh, well, you guys don't know, you don't raid. And then the second thing that they do is they try to explain how something like that would be a huge detriment to the game. And I'd love to encourage anyone who wants to take that position to call up and explain it, because when you are left to express yourself through the chat room and through YouTube, there's this special form of retardation that tends to go on. Like, I don't know where in the process of typing something you add a chromosome to your compositional makeup, but that's seemingly what happens, because you get maybe a line or two in that makes a couple of sense, and then you just degenerate into nonsense. So if you'd like to actually express yourself in a way that feels meaningful and in a way that we can understand, you can give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715. LimitBreakRadio.com/Discord.
But please be prepared to explain how, if it's a detriment, please be prepared to explain how it can get worse. How it's going to get worse from where we're at. Because I don't foresee that. I think anything different would be great right now.
Actually different, too.
Yeah.
All right, so
not Fates in the Sky different. So let's open another can of worms.
As an FF5 fan, I was really excited to see how Omega Deltascape was recreated. I'm really curious to find out if there's any backstory for this. Could you please tell us anything? Thank you. In Final Fantasy V, Omega's lore was set in a way where you didn't really know where it came from. Therefore, people thought it came from the Void. As for the bosses, they aren't the same bosses from that game, but we did some trial and error to make them fit into FF14. Also, there's a rumor that there will be a version 5, but there is no version 5. We did mention that we'll prepare a difficulty for those who complete Savage mode of version 4. However, this isn't version 5.
Okay, people thought there was going to be a version 5?
People thought there was going to be another fight in Omega because Yoshi-P said that they're going to give a harder raid.
Right.
For Savage.
Yeah, but they thought that was going to mean a 5th floor?
I guess.
Okay, well, people are dumb.
See, that would actually be kind of cool. If people who did Savage, they don't just get better rewards. Because remember, he did add that if you do Savage, you might get like some type of different cutscene or somewhere. Right? If they actually added in like a 5th secret boss that had a Nero's idea of like, better, awesome gear, that'd be pretty fucking cool. Don't know that it would save everything, but
it'd
it's
be something new.
It would be new.
Sure, I just want to know where that thought came from outside of this would be cool.
At FanFest, Yoshi-P remarked about how there might be a Savage version of the Ozma fight.
Right, yeah, they even showed us because he took a new shape or whatever.
Right.
But we're not going to get that till the next expansion.
Shut up.
All right, great, awesome.
I hate this next part. This next question's so stupid.
Oh, yeah. The Blow Dart quests were very fun.
Fuck you.
Are there plans for the mechanic to return in future content?
It was fun.
Oh my god,
shut up. There were many
comments. It was something new.
It was something new.
What we've been clamoring for. Give them credit where credit is due, however small.
Oh, 2 seconds worth of take the guy and put him in the center of the reticle. Click the fucking...
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay. There were many comments regarding the amazing lung capacity that would be required, piercing the armor and machines, and not being able to land headshots despite
oh my
hitting
god,
the head.
Stop it. Stop it. Right the fuck now. Stop it. I mean, honestly, I think that there is a criticism there for not bothering to program in a fucking hitbox, right? Like, they didn't. You could hit them on, like, the bottom of the foot or the fucking top of the head. It doesn't matter.
This is blow darts
They're going
for
down.
Hanzo.
They're going down. But the thing is like...
Hanzo main.
I mean, I think they do bring up kind of an interesting point that it's like, come on, you really couldn't go to the extra distance of like even Metal Gear Solid 1 had that shit. Look, come the fuck on.
They say right in the answer, during side quest development, there were discussions to increase the variety of quest gameplay, but it's very expensive to have a programmer create something from scratch.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 mechanics are really tough to program.
So they came up with blow darts. Now, apparently, they saw a very positive response regarding this unique gameplay, but they don't have plans to include them in any battle content.
Okay.
Why would you include it in battle content?
For the same reason you would include fishing in battle content?
Oh, for Christ's sake, man.
Do you have plans to implement quests from Magni will find his moon?
Oh, God.
No.
One sec. You can read this as soon as I leave.
Where are you going?
What's wrong?
What's going on?
I'm not dealing with your weeby garbage right now.
I don't even know what this is.
Weeby garbage?
Magni? Fucking...
I was thinking it was Sadu. On the internet, some were saying it was Serena, or maybe it was the Warrior of Light. There may be a quest for Magni and Sadu. Only the Dawnfather knows.
It's a quest line.
I figured.
You wouldn't know because you're level 60 junk.
Yeah, thank you. Question 22. I really likes the performance from the last boss in the main scenario.
Was this question written by Gollum?
Was this done to bring back...
it precious.
Was this done to bring back the experience from the Super NES days where you lose your precious playtime from not saving?
He even worked precious in there. What the fuck? This is Gollum asking this question.
I lost a lot of my playtime right in front of a save point in Final Fantasy V. The manager from the design team, Takai, also lost his precious playtime to this trap, and the debug team said we should make some adjustments to tone it down, referring to the tidal wave mechanic in the first phase of the battle. But Takai told them, I fell into this trap before as well, and left it alone. For the overall battle itself, we were worried about the difficulty level, but since it's the last boss, we made it strong. We also talked about how we won't make anything stronger than that.
Okay, so this kind of implies they're not going to nerf it.
They're not going to nerf it, but don't worry because nothing's going to get stronger.
Yeah, but...
I fair.
You know, one step forward, one step back.
In this expansion, or like...
Ever?
Ever, right. Like, is this the absolute virtue of Final Fantasy XIV? Because that is... if that's the case, that's really fucking sad. That's really fucking sad.
Would not be surprised.
Come on.
How much harder can get?
If that's... Dude, seriously? If this is the fucking AV of Final Fantasy XIV, like... Come on, you don't see that as completely fucking unacceptable?
Look at what the game's been doing so far. Yeah, it is unacceptable, but that's what they're doing. They want to make this a play-by-numbers game where people can just log on and walk through the content. Oh, this next question's also about that battle. I really liked the area where we had our showdown with the last boss, and I would like to visit again freely after the main scenario quests. There were many requests regarding this, and the area is actually set up so it has collision and such. However, the area is locked to always appear as evening. We have plans to return there one more time in the scenario. There are others...
Spoilers!
There are other areas, such as the Archbishop's Room, that are only visited in events, which are heavily requested to be visible outside of events. They will be considered as well.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yay!
Making, raids and, stuff like that. Making those environments available just in the overworld.
I really
Who would have thought that that's something people would like?
I really want to be able to go to the elevator in Binding Coil of Bahamut.
Those one places where you can only visit literally one time.
Yeah, it just looks like a big platform. That's it. That's all it is. It's nothing interesting.
A platform?
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, it's Final Destination for FF14. That's it.
Fox no items?
That's right.
Okay. 1v1.
You want to do this next one, Jux? It's a short one.
All right. Please let us know if you finalize the number of slots that will be added in the second inventory and armory chest expansion. Unless we change from the current method, we do not think we can add any more slots. There are other factors to consider, such as managing inventory through the upcoming app. So this will take a little bit more time. It will be difficult to implement by 4.1, but it's not that far off.
Wait, so are they or are they not?
They're not giving us any more inventory or armory chest slots.
But then he just said that it's not far off, that they were going to do
No, the managing inventory through the upcoming app.
Oh, okay. But I thought that people also said that they were going to give us more. That's why that last page is only a half.
They were. They're going to try this one out, and if this worked good, then they're going to give us more.
It's too hard,
But they're not now?
It's too hard.
It's not too hard. It's because database memory issues.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the requirements are, the server side. I don't know. I'm a little bit more willing to give them some space on this, to give them, the benefit of the doubt on this one, just because I don't know how it works. So that's more my ignorance. That's that speaks more to my ignorance of how really on a structural level the whole thing works.
Okay, except now on my side, the fact that I have one inventory page, it's only half. It's going to bother me.
Oh, yeah. Everyone with OCD is just going to be like, what the fuck?
The inventory and armor chest expansion has helped a lot, but would it be possible to increase retainers inventory as well?
Please.
The number of items available has increased in patch 4.0. We're making sure that the important data isn't lost, and also so that it can't be exploited, so it's difficult to just simply add more slots.
We don't want to exploit anybody.
Currently, the disparity between those who use a lot of retainers and those who don't is quite large, and we're a bit worried about this. We would like to observe the amount of retainers being used post the launch of 4.0 before we make future adjustments.
Look at this. Juxta,
lots of people pay $25 a month to use retainers, so we really don't want to give
people. No, that's
we really
you.
don't want to give players any more retainer inventory because that might make it so they don't use as many retainers.
Literally nobody
and
uses that many except you.
Not pay us $25 a month.
Nobody uses it except.
Guess what, Square Enix? Fuck you. I'm not paying that anymore.
Actually, crafters do. Omnicrafters.
Yeah, okay, I believe that. I believe that. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. Okay, so I just want to point out something kind of important here, and that is since Juxta was a huge dick and dropped our last call from Crimson Light before they got to issue their shout-outs, we have had no calls since then.
What a totally amazing, excellent discovery.
No calls. No calls. Juxta ruined the call-in.
You were such a penis.
You're welcome.
Nobody feels. You know what? You know what it is. Here's the problem. No one feels like this is a safe place that they can call up because they're afraid that you're going to hang up on them.
Was this ever a safe place?
Yes, it is.
No,
this is a safe space.
Fuck out of here.
This is a safe space.
It was a respected place. We respected people until they proved
lying.
that they were idiots.
I'm giving Kookie a break. She's in a hammock. She's sipping on mimosas. She's got their shades down, like sun in her face with the little reflectively, like, cone head thing. She is living large.
Wait. Reflective cone head thing?
I get the reflective thing.
Yeah,
what's the cone? Are you like?
Well, it's like curved, like a cone head, like you put on an animal.
What?
To punish them?
To punish them? Okay. All right. No.
What?
No.
What are you talking about?
You can do that to children too, obviously, but most of the time you just do it to animals.
I can't wait for the first time I get introduced to Juxta's future child, and
her name is Roberta.
It'll just have a really. Why would you do that?
What?
That's a terrible name.
Helga didn't make the cut.
What?
Bertha.
It's getting named after Robbie?
No.
Well, that's the canon.
That is the canon.
It's not.
That's the canon.
That's the canon now.
It's Roberta, my deceased grandfather, a biological, not penis.
No, I don't think that is true at all. I think that you guys were trying to honor your best friend.
I appreciate the effort, but Roberta's a really ugly name for a girl.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a perfect name.
Was there too many Esthers in the world? That you felt like you couldn't.
What was your grandma's name? Why not name it after your grandma since it's a girl?
That's her middle name. Roberta Mary Fern. Her middle name is Fern from my grandma.
Sorry for
So I got both of them in there.
My condolences for
So call her Mary, please. Just call it.
You realize her nickname is going to be Bertha, right?
Bertha?
Berta?
I went to school with two Robertas, and I've never heard the name Bertha.
Or Berta? Ugh. I mean, she might get lucky and get Bobby. She might get that.
What is
that's the best case scenario?
Juxta, what are the chances that your child doesn't get bullied going through school?
Every child gets bullied in school. Okay, so zero.
So kids are fucking savage, right?
Yeah.
Savage mode.
Unless no one notices her for like the better part of maybe through middle school, she's definitely gonna get Bertha.
She's better
for sure.
She has to introduce herself as Bobby. You can never,
sure.
Like she has to. Like you have to go to teachers.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is on you. You have to go to teachers on the first day of class and say, "Call out Bobby on attendance, not Roberta," because if they hear Roberta, it's over.
Yeah, it's done.
Bobby,
it is done.
I think it's fine.
I am trying to help your child here, and I can't believe I am.
We're actually giving you like
Bobby
sound
is
advice.
Like a male name.
Bobby Morris is Mockingbird from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And her name is stupid.
Now,
Bobby.
Bobbi.
It's
Bobby.
Better than Roberta.
Really is.
Trust me.
I like Roberta.
Carletta says you should have just named her Olga.
Olga.
She's got a nice kitchen though.
Olga. Helga. What are some other terrible? There are some. Why don't you just name her XX Sephiroth XX?
Oh,
Just be
please,
done with
no.
it. Put it on the. Please put that on a birth certificate. If you put that on a birth certificate, I will literally never fire you from the show.
You can't fire me anyway.
I don't.
No, we could fire you from the show.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could just tell
Well,
you.
then I don't have to do work, so that'd be fine by me.
Compared to all of the strenuous work that you do
You
now.
know what? Sitting in this fucking hot ass room, dripping with sweat, I call that fucking work.
And that's all you though. When you're not here, we're so comfortable and fine in here. You like just radiate heat.
It's because I radiate wonderfulness.
Let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Piggy McSquee. What's up, Piggy?
What's up, guys?
So, Piggy, I got a question for you. Do you have a kid?
No, I don't, because I know how to keep it in my pants.
There you go. See,
He knows how to slam dance.
Piggy's a smart. Yeah, see,
He's never had the opportunity, I'm sure.
He knows how to. Yeah, no. Piggy
Excuse
can,
me,
you know,
pigs can fuck.
Yeah, well, you know what, Piggy.
This one doesn't, obviously.
Piggy
If he
gets
keeps it in his
down.
pants.
Piggy comes here every fucking weekend and gets down. I think
I'd like to use my Juxta 5-minute timeout card.
Okay, that's fair.
Can do.
It's a mute card, dick.
I love that it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, he designated the time. So there you go.
5 minutes it is. What's up, Piggy?
Nothing much. I came to say hi and since you guys are apparently thinking about firing Juxta, I mean, I'm already have a bigger fan base than he does.
Whatever, you bitch!
Do you live in Michigan?
I live in Chicago, but
That's
you know,
actually that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
You
I
mind
can-
making
I
the
can make the
5-hour
swim.
drive?
That's quite a commute.
That's right.
on a
Yeah,
monthly
if you want
basis.
that's a lot of dedication there.
We're not paying for that
Every single
gas.
Sunday except next week and the week after. And the week after.
I mean, Woody had trouble with Ann Arbor sometimes. I mean,
And we already know that Piggy doesn't have the fucking human baggage that is a child. So, you know,
Who the hell said you could hang out with us?
you know what drop that you haven't hit that you really need to.
Never hitting fucking Twin Peaks shit.
No, it wasn't a Twin Peaks drop.
Okay, which one?
Who gives a shit about a baby?
Oh.
Why don't you? There have been so many fucking opportunities. I've been slamming babies on this entire fucking show, waiting for that drop. And
he's not going to slam his own baby on a drop.
I don't know.
He'll drop that when Nika announces that she's pregnant.
He loves Roberta, okay?
No, see, that's the thing. He knows what a good drop is. He doesn't just use the drops to support his own jokes.
Don't you lie to me.
Not all the time. No, hey, come on. You've gotten joke support from Juxta on the drop board. You don't even fucking lie.
Sure, but not when they actively detriment him.
I don't think that's
he might
even
support
necessarily
other people's
true.
jokes. He just doesn't use them to like hurt himself.
He
or
actually,
his child.
if there's one bit of praise that I can give Juxta as a host to the show, he does contribute at least a little bit through the humor of the sound.
Can we?
It's nothing that actually comes out of his fucking mouth.
By the way, we need a drop of a Nero saying that he's been slamming babies all day.
I'd pay for it.
Phrasing.
Oh, good.
Anyway,
threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Piggy, appreciate the call. So yeah, I think that
you can send your resume to Kooky, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead. And we'll consider you for a permanent replacement for Juxta. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, Piggy, thanks for calling Limit Break Radio.
You're so excited about worthless garbage. You want this too?
Appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, is it 313 or 810? 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I forget.
It's getting hard to think in here, dude.
It is. It's very hot. It is very, very warm. A couple minutes left in the show here, and we've got, how many questions do we have to get through?
Like 20?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do we want to like rapid fire a few of these?
Well, there's no
just
way
keep
that
it
we're
moving.
going to be able to finish all of
No,
them.
I don't think
would
so.
say that this actually gives Juxta and Nika something to fall back on when they inevitably crash and burn next week.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, they're
fair.
going to need some help.
That's fair.
All right, so this next one actually surprised me because I could have swore that we were kind of alluded that we would actually get this, but Astinian was really cool. Will there be an opportunity to meet him again? Perhaps there is a chance if everyone wishes for it. Personally speaking, I believe he is a member of the Scions, but he isn't the type to directly interact with them. My image
Shut
of
up, you
him
little weasel.
is that he helps members in need from the shadows. What he's a fucking ninja? The fuck out of here.
This is Deus Ex Astinian.
He really kind of was.
Kind of. Well, how else
a
can
lot
I
was.
fucking explain it?
Yeah,
oh,
no,
I'm
it
gonna
was.
take my Nidhogg spear and poke this little cerulean pipe, and everything's good. Goodbye.
Yeah, you're right. No, that was pretty ridiculous.
He's tuxedo mask. That is exact. Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. The moment that scene happened,
startlingly accurate.
Yeah, the moment that scene happened, I was sitting there like, this is very Sailor Moon-esque.
That is startlingly accurate.
Justinian mask.
I'm disappointed that I didn't put that together myself.
Does that make Alpha know Sailor Moon?
It does now.
Well, you know what? If someone doesn't make that animation, doesn't make that machinima of Alphino doing the Sailor Moon transformation, I'm going to be personally disappointed.
From his old costume into the one that Tataru made for him.
Yes, absolutely. We need that now.
There you go.
The jumping challenge in Kugan was really fun. Could you please tell us how it was created? Jesus fuck. How a jumping puzzle was created.
Well, I've been out of programming for a little while, but I'm going to tell you they took a piece of animation and then they put another one a little bit higher up, but not so high that you can't jump from it. Like the amount of jumping distance you can get is just kind of right to be able to make it from one to the next.
Am I crazy, or did they not really kind of fine tune this mechanic in what was that one game? It was huge. Everyone
I'm gonna murder you
it.
if you say what I think you're gonna say.
Super Mario Brothers? Is that the one? I'm pretty sure that was the one.
It was actually Jumpman.
Platforming. That's how. Game design. Fuck off. Next question.
All right, yeah, we're just gonna skip over that answer. Question 28. I'm a machinist main. We're sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can skip this one as well.
All right, skipping it.
No. Go ahead and read it.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna. But I am concerned because despite the difficulty of the rotation and managing the heat gauge, my DPS is not very high.
We cannot manage the heat gauge in this studio.
Machinist itself is enjoyable, but in comparison to Bard, it feels lacking in support abilities as well as DPS. Please let us know if there are any adjustments planned.
It really is shittier Bard.
Perspectives vary from player to player regarding what they would like to see done for Machinists.
Make it better. Make it fucking stop making it shit Bard.
Make it unique.
Stop making it shit Bard.
Their uniqueness is off the charts. Dude, it's the best uniqueness.
You could, but I really do feel like with Machinists, you could just tune their numbers up a little bit and it would be fine.
Except they'd have to do more damage than a Bard because Bards give more AOI group buffs.
the way that
AOI.
Shut up! It's hot.
The way that it actually plays is satisfying to play it, but you're right. It doesn't put up the numbers that it needs.
It just needs some tuning on the numbers.
You're right. It does. I don't think it needs mechanics changes.
Yeah,
it should at least do more damage than a Dragoon.
That's not saying anything.
Due to the current difficulty of heat management and how it affects fights, as well as the visible difference between Machinist and Bard in content, we have made it easier to manage the heat gauge. In addition, we will be raising overall damage. So hot shot physical damage has gone up 3%.
Nice.
The heat gauge is reduced from 10 to 5. They removed the reduction effect from quick load, and they increased the Rook overload potency 400, and they increased the Bishop overload potency 300.
Wow. So this is where we move on to questions surrounding Omega Deltascape Savage.
Questions, just this is where they've sort of telling us about some upcoming things that we can look forward to. So, for example, in Omega Deltascape Savage,
I was going to say leave this for Nika, but go for it.
I was saying,
right, fuck it. No, fuck it. She's not here. This is what she has wrought. So they mentioned before in prior live loaders or whatever that people are kind of upset that they go in, you beat it, then you get a weapon nobody can use, right? So now, upon completing each version once a week, gear will appear inside the chest, and everyone will obtain tokens that can be exchanged for equipment.
That's not different, right?
That's
the same.
Oh, right here. This is the part I was talking about. Upon completing version 4.0, and this is just once a week, a new item will drop, which can be used to obtain a weapon of your choice. Players will obtain the weapon for the job they are on when using the item. So basically, as long as you get the item, you change whatever job you want the weapon for, and boom.
Okay.
You got the weapon.
Well, but didn't they make a big deal about like, some of the weapons are going to drop for a job that you're currently on, or that's currently in the raid, or whatever.
Right. I think what Nika had raised was like, what if I'm playing as a black mage because that's what my people need, but I'm actually a samurai main.
So they're just they're figuring out a way around that.
Yes.
Are they going to allow you to change jobs inside of raid because you couldn't do that before?
Well, no. You probably take the item out of
you
the
don't
raid.
exchange the item in the fucking raid.
I gotcha.
God,
it's a mid-fight mechanic.
What the fuck?
After the raid
Scalia position.
After the raid is over, you have to, the item goes away.
Got you. Okay.
So, it's like the KL fight in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
All right. We also did hear about a new event. Sort of a new
continuation.
event. Lost canals of
Lost anals.
Yeah, lost anal beads.
Cananals.
Lost anal beads of Unzer. You have to go up into the anal cavity and find.
Man, Uznair's ass is going to hurt.
Lick everywhere.
It is a continuation to Aquapolis.
Aquapolis?
That will have a Thavnarian theme. Materia 6 and other rewards will have a chance to drop in the Lost Anals of Uznair.
I think this is going to be fun.
That's fine, yeah. I mean, Aquapolis was good.
Well, yeah, Aquapolis was fine. I mean...
Yay.
A Thavnarian theme? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we don't have very much Thavnarian-themed stuff.
No.
Could be neat. Yeah. No one has much to say about it. It's
I'm
more
trying to think how that would work, because I guess I always assumed that Aquapolis was underneath, like wherever it was, but it's actually a portal that opens up and takes you there.
Right.
So.
You are teleported to a different spot in the world. So are we actually going to go to Thav?
That's what I was going to say, because that's the island, right? Like, that's that island that
this
exists
better
in
not
between.
be what they were referencing. When they're like,
fuck no.
You guys might see some
Fuck no. No. I would not accept that.
That'd be worse than a dungeon.
I would not accept that. I would definitely not accept that.
Here's your Thavnarian instance.
Wow. Fuck off.
Except not even.
Fuck off. What? Actually, hang on. Here's a question.
No.
What does Thavnarian theme even look like? Do we even know?
It looks slutty.
It's on a beach.
Yeah, I was saying in the gear it looks slutty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who do we know from that area? Like, what characters do we know from that area? There was the one guy involved in the
Relic Quest.
But is that the only guy?
He was a big slut.
Yeah, he was a butt slut, but like, is there anyone else that we know, like, from that area?
There's definitely, besides people, there's nothing else besides the gear. Like, we have no idea what the architecture would even look like.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like, you could have called that anything then. You know, it's going to have a distinct aesthetic to it. Like, okay, that doesn't mean anything. Like, saying that it's going to have a Thavnarian theme, what does that mean?
Oh, I know who we know from there. Uznair. We know that guy.
What?
We were just
Did you
introduced to him.
sneeze?
We're going to his canals.
Oh,
pay
shut
attention.
the fuck
He's
up.
dead.
They're going to be bringing back some of the instances for zones. It says there's a situation where players are unable to enter an area due to other players waiting for specific monsters to spawn. So they're going to re-implement the instances.
Wow, which server is that happening on? It's not ours.
Yeah, I feel like there was just like maybe the first couple of days of Stormblood where you were still getting instant zones. And they're talking about hunt mobs here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which,
who cares?
Who gives a shit? Miss out on a hunt mob. I'm not going to be that sad for you.
All right, and then last that we have now, and it's honestly just as long as the original Q&A, is the audience Q&A.
You know what? This is what we leave for
the other two?
Yeah, this is what we leave for Juxta and Nika next week. Because, oh boy, I'm sure that was
riveting.
Worth talking about.
Only Nika will have the patience to get through it.
I do.
We're setting you guys up for a dynamite episode next week.
You're setting us up for failure.
No, I don't think
we could just be like, oh, see how bad you guys are because we gave you nothing.
All you have to do is read all the fanfics, and Nero will be happy because now he doesn't have to read any
That
of
is
them.
true.
We're doing fanfics on the following episode.
Fuck you.
You're going to be there for this.
Listen, we've got...
I want to stare into the eyes of my character who's fucking.
Listen, we've got 308 people watching the show right now, okay? You've got to do better than that.
We have 214 watching.
Oh, my thing says 308. No.
Oh. Well,
yeah, 216.
My dashboard froze apparently a long time ago.
Yeah, idiot.
Back when people still listened.
Yeah.
The thought of more fan fiction has sent the people running for the hills.
It wasn't my 2 atomic bomb jokes.
No, they're cool with that.
I think people are ready for that. People know that's coming.
I think what sent people away, because people like to hate watch us, but I think when you were basically crucifying Yoshi-P for the whole jump potion thing, contradictory statement.
Who gives a shit about a baby?
We did 5 episodes on that. Like, that's
Jesus
not what
Christ.
I found the drop.
There. Yeah,
we
noticed. That's the thing is that I feel like our audience wants to talk about that more than we want to talk about.
Yeah, we did 5 episodes, and it wasn't that.
That was just on the jump potion, but now we actually have... remember the PvP thing where he's like, no, you can't switch jobs, you have to earn your XP.
Sure.
That whole ensuing thing, people seemed pretty bothered about that.
No,
you don't think so?
I don't think that was it.
All right, let's go to our phone lines one last time. We've got Zemlis of Sargentanis hanging on the line.
Fuck that guy.
What's up, Zemlis? Thanks for calling in, dude.
Yeah, no problem. How you doing?
Good, man.
We're hot.
Yeah, we want to get out of here. Let's make this short.
Zemlis lives close enough to replace Juxta.
That is true. Yeah, we could
Why
pull him
am I
up.
getting replaced?
Because you're bad.
Because you're having a baby.
Yeah.
So?
How are you going to be able to make it down here every week with a baby?
It's called a job.
Yeah.
How do you go to work when you have a baby? You fucking leave at home with the wife and then you go and get to work.
But according to mainstream media, this is like gaming related. It's not a real job.
Yeah, like here's the thing though, is that I feel like we're gonna start having a lot of like, oh, I can't make it today, guys, because of my fucking baby.
You gotta go get shots.
Yeah, and like there's gonna be all of these litany of excuses for why he can't make a show. It's got a birthday today. Who fucking cares? Like this is the bullshit that we're
gives a shit about
exactly. This is the fucking bullshit that we're gonna have to put up with from now on.
He's gonna show up one day with the baby, like in one of those carriers.
Oh my god! If you
because the wife didn't want to deal with it today.
If you bring it here, I swear to God,
I'm gonna do that.
I swear to God.
First week.
You know what? I might drown it. I got a tub. It could happen.
I'm gonna let it throw up all over your couch. Just like Fritz.
Zemlis, what do you want to talk about?
I'll put up with it. I will put up with it from a cat. I will not put up with it from a human fucking being.
Yeah, because at least the cat stays quiet.
Here's the thing.
Who gives a shit about a baby?
Here's the thing.
That cat does.
Any human being that throws up on my couch, I don't care what age they are, I'm going to beat the absolute dog shit out of it.
I'm sure you've thrown up on your couch before.
I have come on my couch, but I have never thrown up on my couch.
I sit on that couch.
Yep, and I'm not going to tell you where, so you guys get to use your imagination.
I want to go home. Zemlis, talk.
Zemlis, what do you want?
Who gives a shit about a baby?
I'm just calling to say how you're keeping content relevant in this game, and we ran into the same thing when they first came out with even Binding Coil. Now nobody's doing that at all. One thing they could do is take a page from Overwatch and just do like seasonal items, such as like glamour, emotes, items, weapons, minions, mounts, music, anything like that. And secondly, speaking of those things, you have abilities that had special attributes. Gear that had special abilities and attributes in 11, which they haven't done yet. Same with double HQ items and even mystic weapons.
But they seem to not. They seem to be not interested in doing any of those things. Like they seem to be inherently. Like I agree. Like you could do, stat bonuses for double HQ items, or you could do, like you were suggesting, augmenting abilities. Like it just seems like the dev team has gone, yeah, we're not really interested in doing any of those things. And I feel like the reason that they don't want to is more out of fear for adjusting the balance to the point where they feel like they break the game even temporarily than and again, like I feel like that you trace that back to the fact that they don't have a Q&A team, right? Like that it's on the dev team to do QA. So you've got to be able to, at a glance, be able to get a feel for how balancing is being done between jobs and between PvE fights, right? So
yeah, I agree with that.
Right. So because of that, I think that there's not a lot of will to do things like that the community clearly wants or feels is necessary because they don't want to spend the time to be able to develop it. And to me, and again, I called the dev team out on this last week. And because I think that they're lazy. I think that, and again, I don't know if this applies to Yoshi-P or not, but I think that the people underneath him do not actually want to do the work for which they've been hired. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why they want to, again, this comes back to fucking family. They want, I want to go spend time with my baby.
Who gives a shit about a baby?
I want to go spend time with my family. Well,
who gives a shit about a baby?
You know what?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about a baby?
Thing. They can. And for these things to drop in a dungeon and stuff like that, the thing is they either just don't do it compatible with premium parties or don't do it with undersized parties. This would be a perfect opportunity to drop the mystic weapon items, to build on that. Several things they can do, but they haven't.
Who gives a shit about a baby?
I totally agree. And again, I don't know if that's lack of will, if that's laziness, or if that is just the entrenched thinking that's going around and perpetuated by someone at the top like Yoshi-P. A lot of people want to shift the blame off of Yoshi-P and go, oh well, I bet it's from the
management.
Yeah, I bet it's from the suits above. And I'm sorry, I'm not willing to give him the benefit of that doubt anymore.
No. now.
No, there was a time when I was, and that time has passed.
Well, remember that that Reddit, I think, some type of study that came out that kind of compared like number of devs between different places, and I think it might just come down to ineffective ways of development. That, you know, there's probably way more effective ways they could do what they're doing, but they're so concerned with having everything be so modular and so set up and so easy to contain.
And so ubiquitous that everyone's got to be able to do it. Everyone's got to be able to see every iota of content, and that's bullshit. Like, especially in an MMO, in an online environment. If everything is ubiquitous, then no one feels special. And in a game where you're made through narrative to feel very special and very unique, I think that that is a huge detriment, at least in terms of sentiment of your own community. And now, you know, you may have been able to and I think all of us are guilty of this, of justifying it at some point, right? Like, and going through the hoops of like, oh, well, they'll figure it out. Like, they'll be able to take it in a direction from here. And they haven't. Like, they haven't taken it in a direction from A Realm Reborn. They've just kept it in the same fucking place. And I think that that's what is growing tiresome to most of the long-term fans at this point, is that, like, okay, we've seen this shit, though. Like, we've seen all of these gameplay modes, and now you want to change the graphics on it, and it's all it is just giving it a very surface level change, like a very surface level adjustment, and the underpinnings of it are exactly the same that we've experienced before, and again, it feels unsatisfactory. It feels fundamentally not satisfying as content, and I think that that's where you see a lot of the frustration being driven. Zemless, thank you very much for the call. I want to thank all of our callers today. We've had a lot of them.
Especially, I want to give a special "we're sorry" to the person that Juxta cut off.
Yes, that's right.
For Crimson?
Crimson.
Fuck you, Juxta.
Crimson Light? Really?
Crimson, we're really sorry that you didn't get a chance to...
who gives a shit about a baby?
We're sorry that we didn't give you the chance to give some shout-outs here on the show. But I do want to thank Piggy and Zemless, who stepped up after Juxta was so unbelievably rude.
Suitable Juxta replacements, both of them.
To Crimson Light, and you know,
no high five for you.
I appreciate your bravery.
Lick my balls.
I appreciate your bravery in the face of such a bully like Juxta.
Kidding, obviously.
Anyway, thanks guys, appreciate it. Appreciate having you along here today for Limit Break Radio. Remember, I'm not gonna be here next week.
Me either.
Neither is Escalia. The three most important parts of this show are going to be missing.
Whoa. Kookie's going to be out too, and she's very important.
Exactly. Okay, sorry. You're right. Yeah, Kookie's gone.
Yeah, she's going to be at SDCC too.
The foremost. Yeah, she's going to be hanging out with me.
Yeah,
maybe we should call the show
the four most important parts of this show.
I'm not comfortable doing this without Kookie.
To be fair, you should have Skuro as well.
Anyway.
In fact,
what is that supposed to inspire?
I requested. I think
confidence.
Skuro should replace
Dread?
Escalia on the show.
No.
Yeah. Skuro's the new Escalia.
Absolutely not.
Skuro, you need to be on the show.
What the fuck? You don't have to be here to deal with him. Why would you have a problem with that?
You have to call him Escalia the whole show, though.
That's the problem that I have with it. Right there.
I actually agree with that. I think that's what should be done.
There'll be some people that come in on that episode and just assume that Skuro he's Escalia. Like, oh yeah, Escalia. I'm that guy.
That guy has terrible opinions about
if that happens.
Space Station.
If that happens, I'm not coming back. That's it for me. That's my retirement.
Here's the thing. He's got to speak in a falsetto the whole time, so that it's like the representation of your other made-up gender, right? So that no one
kiss a dude.
No one would really know. No one would ever really know. They'd be like, "Oh, Callie showed up instead of Joe." Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Okay, I'm not coming back. Like, that's it.
This kind of transphobic and bigoted hate speech isn't gonna fly here, bro.
No, I don't care about that. I just want people thinking Skuro is me.
Oh. I mean, I guess I understand that.
That's horrifying.
By the way, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Skuro postcard that Patreon subscribers have received.
Yeah, has anyone actually received it?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I've got ours. Ours is sitting over there.
Okay, so
I made sure to put it up next to the monitor for Juxta, as if it was a photo on a mirror that he's placed so lovingly to be able to stare at it whenever he wants to remember his lover, Skuro.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Have you not seen that yet, Escalia?
That's the first time seeing it.
That's pretty.
That's Skuro, and he's made an altar to me. It's not reciprocated.
I don't know. It looks like
really?
It's
I don't
not.
know. You're looking back at him through something, so I think I actually
a picture. No, that's a window.
No, that's a mirror. No, that's a portal. You know what that is? You know what? That's a portal.
No.
And you know what
It's
this means?
all bad.
You know what this means? That means that somewhere in the world, Juxta has a secret altar dedicated to Skuro.
That's
what the
not
fan fiction
even
say.
remotely true at all.
Fan fiction? Get on it.
Fan fiction.
That's wrong.
No, that is accurate. That is what this postcard says. And by the way, if
That is
you
LBR canon.
Yeah, that's right. If
What's
you want,
what's the caption on the back of it, Juxta? Since you have
that's
the
right.
card
Please
there?
read it.
Just the two of us.
Oh, just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
Can't touch this. MC Hammer.
God damn
Ice
it.
baby.
Fucking awful. Anyway.
I just opened my mouth and out it came.
Anyway, all right, guys, that's going to be it. I can't believe that we sat in here for 15 minutes longer just to get to that, just to arrive to that conclusion.
What a waste.
What?
Anyway, patreon.com/Limit Break Radio if you want to help support the show, and if you want to sign up for our postcards from Eorzea program, we would appreciate it if you did. What is next month?
Next month.
Cookies is next month.
The Kookie card.
So if you have not signed up, that's $20 a month over at patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Get in now. Sign up now if you want to make sure that you're going to receive the Kookie postcard. Do we have another artist picked out for our next series?
I have a few people lined up.
Nice.
So I just have to talk to them and see who's basically going to be the most responsible.
Because our intern series is almost done.
Yes.
Yeah. Our secondary
what's next?
crew.
Well, the last person is Senpai.
Right, but what's next?
What's next? What's
Oh,
next
that's
run?
what you mean. I'm
Use your
kinda,
brain.
I'm still kind of debating on it. I wanted to do like an at the beach,
Who gives a shit about a baby?
at the beach like selfies, but people kind of pointed out that like the winter months are coming up, and we could technically still fly it if it was like LBR on vacation type deal. But I don't know. I'll play around with a few ideas.
Maybe
and we'll
maybe
see.
a winter theme would be more appropriate.
That's dumb.
No, we can all be skiing and stuff.
That's right.
We could do wintry stuff.
That's right.
I've also had
Who
the
cares
idea
about
of doing.
skiing?
I've also had the idea of doing like superhero versions of us.
Yeah,
Listen,
or video games.
No,
Here, we could get Fat Juxta ice skating and he goes through the ice.
I like that
Sold.
one. I like that one.
Sold.
I like that one. Here's another idea. You could put some really cool shades on Juxta. Have him snowboarding with a bunch of really cool neon stickers on his snowboard, and in both hands, fidget spinners.
For me?
There you go.
That sounds so
A
cool.
Nero would have to be like begrudgingly being Santa.
Oh God, yes. Santa Grigori, absolutely.
Except everything that I'm giving out is just big. It's just packets of salt.
As one of the Lalafels is leaving, it's bawling its fucking eyes out.
Yeah, there's a lot of fall crying, and you can see it tipped over like toy bag with dildos falling out of it.
And he's smoking a cigar.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right.
Bad Santa Grigori.
Oh
Hell yeah.
yeah. Actually, I kind of like this. I kind of like this
All right.
idea. This is fun. This is fun. Oh wow, break things.
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
Okay, that was
Escalia.
terrifying.
Why would you do that?
Wow.
Why would you do that to the
But
studio?
now you have gone.
Why would you disrespect this studio like that?
Because fuck this studio, it's hot as hell.
It is.
Jesus, did you even try?
It is hot as hell. All right, we got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We appreciate it. We appreciated hearing from all of our callers today. Thank you to Kookie, who, as every week, she mans the, or woman's the phone line, whichever woman's the phone line. She firewalls the phone lines. Thank you very much for all your hard work today, Kookie, as well as Skuro. Skuro takes care of making sure that the videos make their way to YouTube. So if you want to complain about anything on YouTube, make sure that you direct it at Skuro. I want to thank my crew, of course, sitting here in this hot, hot studio. Kalo Landis, Juxtaposition, Escalia Ryumasa. I'm an hero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Kalo Landis, Juxtaposition, and Kookie Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Satori Komeji, Dark Flux, Null Packet, Shira Heartslot, Nexian Theta, Brian Alexander, Tommy Carlson, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.